Brick City, Shakur!
Finding those levels too. Look at that four-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. Right hand, and Shakur meeting them with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
Man, what's good? Shout out to the family. How y'all feeling on this Good Friday, man? We back again. Build on this boxing and give it its just due, how we always do. Y'all already know, man. Another week in the books. Some good boxing talk, man. Hopefully we get the fights to follow it, right? Shout out to my guy, Scott Shoots. Y'all hit the like button on the way in, man. We gonna get to this. We gonna talk about it, man. It's a few things we gonna talk about it. Y'all know how we do, man. There's some people rolling the building, man. Hit the like button. Let me know if you new in the building. Say what's up. Sub to the channel. Don't be shy. We gonna talk about it, man. We're gonna have a nice little conversation, man. Seems like the Bud Canelo fight. It's got people still talking like always. Anytime you get either a good fight, great fight, or somebody makes some type of history, it's gonna be talked about for a while, as it should. But you know, I was browsing today and I came across a video with Eddie Hearn. You know, slick Eddie, fast talking Eddie. You know, and I gotta give it to him, bro. As a promoter, he know how to sell it, man. Because he was in an interview speaking on, you know, Boots being the new Crawford. You know, he said Boots is the new Crawford. We're going to talk about that, man. That's an interesting statement, a bold statement, but I could understand why, you know, why he went there with it. I could understand why he would say, you know, he feels like Boots is the new Crawford. There's some similarities there for sure. You can't make no mistake about it. Definitely some similarities, but ultimately, as he stated, you got to be able to get the fights to be able to prove that he's that type of talent. You know what I mean? Even with Terence Crawford proving all that he's proven with as many fights, over 40 fights. You get what I'm saying? If people still don't look at that like it's anything special, right? You got people that still kind of overlook it, right? They don't treat it like it's, like it is what it is, man. And it's gonna be the same way for Boots. He's gonna have to have the names. He's gonna have to have those big fights, you know what I mean, that resonate with the people. He gotta be in those 50-50 type of matchups that people think maybe he has a chance to lose. You get what I'm saying? Those name guys, that's the only way. That's the only way he gonna get there. Yeah, man. Y'all double tap the screen. Say what's up to your boy. Double tap the screen. Got 42 people in the building, man. Double tap the screen. Sub to the channel. Talk to me. Shout out to Scott. What's good with it? My baby girl, Miss Jusdu, is in the building. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all double tapping the screen. Support the channel. We gonna build on it. Like I said, man. Boots is gonna be. He already in that situation where he got to prove it, right? People already, they're not even happy about his next fight. So you already know how that go. So he already behind the 8 ball. He got to fight twice as hard to prove it. And for me, all it is he just need the names, right? He just need the 50-50 type matchups. He need the Virgil Ortizes of the world, man. The Bakrams, the Lubins, the Ortizes, all that stuff. He need all of those guys in the ring effectively ASAP, right? But he got to get this smoke done October 11th with Usman Lima. He got to go out there and, it's going to be his 54-pound debut. And I think he going to be able to make a lot of noise, man. He going to be able to think this going to be a little, coming out party. He going to make this a stepping stone kind of a fight, as he should. You get what I'm saying? This is not going to be, I think, an overly difficult fight for Boots. I just don't see it. You get what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Shout out to John Wick. Said the conversation is why he should have fought Norman. Yeah, that's why, though. This conversation is why, that he needed that fight, man. I felt like it would have kind of cemented him just a bit more, right? It would have, put a bit more respect on his name, right? And people would have had to respect it. But, as I see it, sometimes things don't happen, right? But I always felt like the good thing, the silver lining to that fight not happening was the fact that he going to a division and he going into a division in 154 pounds where it really ain't safe, right? Like, and it's only so many Usman Limas, right? It ain't a whole lot of those guys to pick from like that. So what kind of fight this is going to be. And I'm just going to be patient because I know with boxing, you just got to be patient, man, or it'll drive you crazy. You're not going to get everything you want. It's just how the sport go. They don't give you everything you want. It comes in the way they're going to give it to you, right? But in this case, I just think it's a matter of time and opportunity for Boots. And I feel like the opportunity should be plentiful up there at 154, where he at now, because it's a lot of different names and mix and match up with this dude. Now, Eddie Hearn is going to definitely have to do his job. See, this is the issue here. Eddie Hearn going to have to do his job and make sure that this dude get those fights. These guys going to want to get paid. You got to quit the chump change and all that different stuff. Like, these guys ain't fighting for pennies, man. They know that fighting Boots is dangerous, man. They could upset and disturb and disrupt everything they got going right now. So if you're going to ask guys to get in there with them, you know what I mean? I could imagine. I think he about to make an example out of Lima come October. So I think it's going to be the business as usual. You're going to have to pay that guy to you're going to have to pay that. You're going to have to pay his opponents to get them guys in the ring. Other than that, it's going to be like more the same at 47. You're not going to be able to get the names to satisfy the talent level that Boots is, right? To justify how great you feel like Boots is as a fighter. So Eddie Hearn is, like I said, he's good at selling it, man. He know his job, man. I can't knock him for it, man, the way he goes about his business. Yeah, we got 80 people in the building. Can we hit the like button? Can we double tap the screen? It's free. Double tap the screen if you're new in the building. Sub to the channel. Say what's up. Talk to your boy. We're going to play this little interview, a little clip from Eddie where he was talking about it. And we got a rematch with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank coming up as well, which I think the first fight was entertaining. The second one should be too. And I'm glad Chris Eubank is not adhering to no rehydration clauses. I think that's good. You get what I'm saying? That's very good. Shout out to GQ. What it do, homie? How you feeling, man? Y'all did. Y'all double tap the screen. It is free, man. Let's hit the like button, y'all. It don't bite back, It don't hit back. Hit the like button. I promise you, it don't hit back. But we still gonna talk about this, man. We're gonna build on this Good Friday. Like I said, I like the whole notion that he feels like, Boots is the new Crawford. But you're gonna have to go through some trials and tribulations. You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to accomplish some things. You're gonna have to put a lot more work in. And it's crazy because Boots got over 30 fights now. Crawford don't even have that many more fights than he do. But the difference is those fights for Crawford were mainly championship level fights. You get what I'm saying? Especially from 2014 on, every fight he's been in been a championship fight, and he's won them all. So you got some ground to cover. You know what I'm saying? Boots is young. He got that on his side still. He's youthful. I don't think he got no he don't have the wars on his resume, right? He ain't been taking like loads of punishment, I suppose, right? He's relatively fresh. You know what I mean? He's fresh in the game, but he got a lot of fights on him. You know what I'm saying? So from this point on, I think with Boots, it's all about establishing yourself first, 54, and from there, then you move on. You get to, you get to those bigger names, those better guys, man. And that has to be the plan. It's bigger name or bust after this point. After this Lima fight, not a single solitary soul is going to be trying to hear that, hey, man, nobody's trying to fight him up at 54. Like, that's not going to be as believable as it was at 47. Yeah, we could see those guys at 47 not wanting to get in the ring, turning down fights or asking for a whole lot of money. And I'm not saying the guys at 54 ain't going to want to get paid, because I think they will. But again, the notion can't be that you move to your second weight class, and again, nobody wants to fight you, and then you're going to keep putting him in there with those lesser guys that don't really complement his talent, because they don't push him in the ways that he need to be pushed for him to showcase just how special of a talent he is. It can't be no more run-of-the-mill guys, bro. It got to be somebody that can go out there and really test them. And that's just the position he in. So, respect to Eddie. I see him, they riding out, Boots read up, obviously, right? So he must have seen, he must have trusted Eddie. He must feel like Eddie can get it done for him. So let's hope that that's the case, because, like I said, his big name or bust after this Lima fight. Like, I could excuse this, I could understand it, but man, make an example out of this dude, Boots, and go get those fights, man. Make Eddie do his job. Get you in there with those names, man. You get what I'm saying? So people have to put respect on your name, much like they got to respect Crawford at this point. As late as it is, but they got to. Jordan, what's good, homie? How you feeling? Y'all double tap the screen. Yes, sir, man. We're going to build for a little bit, man, on this Good Friday, man. We're going to talk about it, man, because like I said, this is a good time to speak on it, because Boots' fight is the one that's pretty much coming up, in October. We're in September. October is October 11th. So it's fitting, Boots is not the new Crawford. Honestly, Crawford more skilled than Boots. Crawford, Michael Myers. Crawford different, bro. Crawford is different. Yeah, 54 is loaded. That's what I'm saying. Ponder, there's no way that you can exist at that weight class and not have a good fight. It's just too many guys there. You get what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, I understand the first fight. Yeah, welcome to the division. Get your feet wet. You entitled to that. You acclimate. You use that one fight to do so. You know what I mean? You make a statement. You get everybody buzzing. You know what I'm saying? You turn Philly up one more time, right? Turn Philly up again. Bring them people out, and you show out. That's what you do. You only worry about the things you can control. And for Boots, like I said, cross your T's, dot your I's, train hard, you know what I mean? Be smart and go in there and put on the show like you always do. Like Boo say, we'll go out there and have fun. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. So make a statement, make the people talk about you, and then from the rip, start putting pressure on the rest of those guys at 54. Like, hey, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I wouldn't mind hearing Boots call somebody out. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even hurt. Call somebody out. Call somebody the hell out, bro. Call somebody out. It wouldn't even hurt. All these people playing and speaking your name, like, let the people know what you want. Because I know Lima is about to be a trophy. You get me? Lima is about to be a trophy, y'all. Samuel, what it do? Emmanuel, what's good with it, homie? Double tap the screen, family. You new in the building, sub to the channel. Let's get to it. Let's build. Let's have a good combo. Say Sean, you know. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all rocking out with your boy. You see something? My bad, y'all. Shout out to Emmanuel. What's good with it, homie? How you feeling, Brody? What's good with your fam? So yeah, man. Why did it do that? My bad, y'all. My apologies. All right, we back. My bad. I was distracted for a second. We back. So like I said, man, it's gonna be up to Eddie and Boots to make it work, man, together. Man, Boots gonna have to, Eddie is gonna have to be able to succeed so you can show people the reason why he signed back up to this fight. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna have to show people that. You're gonna have to show people why he like read up and decided to work with you again, right? And that the only way you can do that, bro, gotta make the fights for him. You get what I'm saying? Because look, dig this. It's good to be a good salesman and have a mouthpiece, right? Even Shakur admitted that, Eddie got a hell of a mouthpiece. And that's cool to have that. You need that, especially when you ain't a super outspoken guy like Boots, right? But the thing is with Eddie, when you make bold statements like he's the new Crawford, you got to be able to put him in position where he can back those claims, right? You get what I'm saying? Because I know where you're going with it. I know it. He's a switch hitter like Crawford, super athletic. You know what I mean? Some say Roy compared him to himself. You get what I'm saying? You got power in both hands, speed, reflexes, man. He's a showman. You know what I mean? He got it. He got the look, the smile, everything, right? The talent. He just need the names. He need the guys, right? He need the you get what I'm saying? He need the names to justify the talent, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gonna prove that he is who he is. Only way. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, man, that the only thing people recognize are names, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't give a lot of credit to the guys that that you fight on the way ups. But I think now Boots is past that he's not a prospect and not a champion now. So I feel like he got to perform on a different level now. It's no more run of the mill guys. It can't just be, a heavy dose of easy wins, right? I'm telling you, them competitive fights is right there where they need to be at 140, man. I think he could be the guy, man. I think he could be the guy to make that shit happen. Shout out to my homie Kyle Cooler, man. What's good with it, bro? Said Fundora, Thurman winner, and Virgil Lubin winner should be the targets for Boots' next fight. They're not. I gotta start looking at Boots with a side eye. Yeah, man, he gotta fight the names, man. Cause like I said, you could give him the grace of like why he not getting in there right this second with the guy, right? That first fight, we all understand. I mean, for most of us, right? For the ones that's reasonable. But I think outside of that, you gotta you get what I'm saying? Outside of that, you gotta make it work, bro. You gotta make that shit happen. You gotta fight them guys, man. As I said, this fight gotta just be like use it as a showcase this shit, beat his ass, and you know what I mean? Keep it moving. Still Bachram and now Brandon Adams after he knocked out Bullchuck now. Yeah, you still got Bachram and Brandon Adams is a good fight. Everything by John was good with it. Facts, bro. Gotta prove it. And you think Shakur move up to 40? For the Teo fight, everything by John, the one off, yeah, I think he would. I definitely think he would. You know what I'm saying? For the one off to fight Teo. Because I think, with Shakur, he's in that situation where he's been a victim of his own talent, if we being honest, right? Just being a bad style matchup, not necessarily being some boogeyman or guys so scared, but just a bad style matchup for a lot of these guys out there. And they know that. Their teams know it. So it's been tricky with him, I think, when it's time to make fights. So if you know, like you said, like you got this Teofimo thing out there, if you can really make that happen, then you go ahead and do it because it allows you to chase more accolades. You'll be a 4-division champion. Get what I'm saying? You'll be beating the most respectable guy that you'll have fought in today in terms of like proving stuff in the sport. You know what I mean? Two-division world champion. He was unified. You know what I mean? Got the ring belt, shit like that. WBO title. It's a good look for Shakur, and it's a good look for Teo if Teo can beat Shakur, right? Be the first one to beat him. Gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? He beating a very accomplished guy, skill versus skill. You get what I'm saying? I think that's one of the matchups where everybody want to see it. You get what I'm saying? You gotta want to see it. You know what I mean? It's like a can't miss. You know what I mean? For me, anyway, I see people dissing it, saying that it ain't gonna be good, but I don't see it that way. I think it's gonna be a damn good fight. You know what I'm saying? I do. Crawford is the blueprint for the best and the champs. That's how you gotta be great. Do it to be great. Yeah, for the ones. I'm glad you're able to see it. Shout out to the homie BJ. I'm glad you're able to see or feel as though that he's great, right? In his own regard, because a lot of people don't give him the credit for it. They do not give that man the credit for being great. And it's wild to me. It's like, damn, man, what the man got to do? But Boots is in a very similar situation with even less accolades on his side. So I know people going to definitely be in a rush to see him prove it, right? They already saying he 28, close to 30, he got too many fights, blah, 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 blah. Like you name it, they saying it, right? They complaining about it. So yeah, man, Eddie got his work cut out for him, man. But we're going to get to it, man. We're going to get to it because we ain't going to be here super, super long today, man. I appreciate everybody rocking out. Just make sure y'all double tap that screen, sub to the channel if you're new. Y'all. Let me pull this up. See what Edward was talking about, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Aunt McQueen, the professor, and his Sean said Billy Joe made him look ordinary. Be careful. Moses technique was good with it. Eddie Hearn getting Boots tune-ups. Yeah, this first one I understand. After this, it got to be go time. You get me? It got to be all or none. It got to be full court pressure. Now, I mean, at least until you get one of them better names in there, right? Every fight got to be one of those guys. But that next one, for sure. You get me? You got to get in there. You got to get in there and be ready to kick ass, bro. He's got to. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it.
Conference. Just a plonker. I mean, you know, I don't know if I'm seeing something that other people can't see. I listened to that and I just thought, this is a guy that continuously tries to play the victim. He's moaning about stuff that, one, didn't even happen, two, is within a contract that he signed up to. And, you know, I just felt like the mask slipping. I mean, the stuff about the ambulance was the wildest thing. And that will be retracted. I promise you that. The Robert Smith stuff, I'm listening to it going, this has just got fine written all over it. I mean, the accusations that Robert Smith allowed a set of gloves. They are gloves that are approved by the British Boxing Board of Control, that have been for years, that are used by dozens of fighters. And what you expect Robert Smith to not approve them because Chris Eubank's worried about a bit of horsehair in them, which everybody uses. You know, he was delayed to the stadium. I mean, can you imagine? He doesn't even know that in a situation with a paramedic and the board, there is a complete log of every single minute of what happens during that process, right? What does he think? That I go to the paramedics and the board and say, listen, mate, can you do me a favour? Can you delay the ambulance for 20 minutes so he can't go? It's absolute. And if you're not the brightest spark, you're listening to that shit, going, oh, that's terrible, they've done that. And I'm not having it. So that will be dealt with. You know, the fight is the fight. The fight is a thriller. The first fight was a fight of the year contender. And for me, you're going to get exactly the same next time, but we just need a little bit more smartness from Conor Benn. The heart's great, but don't be so reckless and wild when you can outbox this guy. And he's brought in Bomac, one of the best trainers in the world. What does that tell you?
What do you make of that?
Because he knows he's got to be better. If he's not better this time, he loses.
Shout out to Damon.
And, you know, he's taking it seriously, and so he should. It's a real fight.
How is he showing up on you? How is the chat showing up on you?
Smith as well. I mean, what do you make of that?
Listen, I'll tell you something now. The British Boxing Board of Control, for me, are one of the best commissions in the world. They have a horrendous job dealing with me, dealing with other promoters, dealing with their members. And Robert Smith is 1,000,000% fair every time and all about the best interest of boxing. What he has done up there is he's called Robert Smith a scumbag. He has said that they've basically tried to just like jeopardise his fight, allowed Conor Benn to use gloves that can... It's not up to Robert Smith about what he's got in his contract with Seller. It's up to Robert Smith to approve a set of gloves that are approved by the British Boxing Board of Control, which are those gloves. I mean, you know, we were stopped from coming in the stadium. I'm listening to it going, I can't actually believe what I'm hearing. And I liked it because not everyone will get it, but I believe a lot of people are listening to that. I mean, you know, I wanted to speak about specific things up there, and I hoped once I told him what I wanted to speak about, he would at least let me do that. He didn't have the decency to even let me do that. He ain't a nice kid, as far as I'm concerned.
Could that lead to, I mean,
of course. I mean, I'm not the bull, but you can't say things like that. You know, and it's not even about, no, I'm speaking my truth. It's lies. That's the difference. I don't care. If I really went up to a paramedic, right, and the British Boxing Board of Control and went, mate, I know you've got to take him to hospital, but hang on 20 minutes so they're late. For fuck's sake. I mean, unless you've got no brain, you might be listening to that going, I can't believe Eddie Hearn's done that. And that's why I gave him the opportunity to say it again. Because I couldn't believe what I was actually hearing. And he says, oh, what are you going to do? Sue me? Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because you ain't accusing me and my company of things like that. Because I haven't worked and my dad...
How is it? Is the chat showing up like the normal way, right?
Dad hasn't worked his whole life with a reputation in the sport that, by the way, for some reason, you seem to think doesn't exist. For you to make up lies about our company. And that will be dealt with.
And you wanted to say some words about Ricky Hatton as well up there. I mean, just some words.
I just wanted to... Look, yeah. I just feel like everybody should be talking about Ricky Hatton. You know, Conor was up there today, you know, wearing the shirt.
Yeah, we got a little controversy. Just to bring people up to speed, this is Eddie Hearn, man. They had a little controversy talking about what kind of gloves was going to be worn. He's saying Chris Eubank was complaining about horsehair gloves that everybody uses. And, you know, I'm also hearing that he's not adhering to no rehydration clauses and none of that for this fight. And like I said, after winning the first one, he shouldn't have to. It was dangerous as hell. He already got investigated for how he cut weight. You know, they was looking into if he used sauna suits because it's against the rules to use the sauna suits and different things like that to cut weight. So Chris Eubank lost money. He lost quite a, you know, few $1,000s. You get what I'm saying? You know, some money. You know what I'm saying? He lost a couple of dollars, man, on this with the egg situation being investigated and all that different stuff. Shout out to the Queen, Lisa. How you feeling today? Always good to see you. Hey, King One, I will block you immediately, bro. Immediately. 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 That's all.
This is a guy that was so important to British boxing, but this was also a guy that was one of the great characters and personalities of our industry. Right, and I believe that we should all be talking about how great Ricky Hatton was. He should be remembered forever. And ultimately, like I said, he was a guy that was built pre-social media. Imagine building that fan base from nothing. And how do you build that fan base? Because of the type of individual that you are. And there wasn't anyone that didn't feel sick to their stomachs on Sunday with the news. And I hope that he can be remembered forever. And may God bless Campbell and Matthew and the entire family, who can only imagine how they're feeling right now. So,
shout out to my homie Drew. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, they having some little back and forth. I don't know if y'all really truly interested in that fight, the rematch. I thought the first one was good. I think the second one could be just as good, maybe better. Who knows? Depending on how I'm just making sure you feel me. We don't play like that. Not with the Queens, man. Technique, my God, yes. R.I.P. Ricky Hatton. Let's talk fashion. What it do, Remo? How you feeling? So yeah, man. Look, stressed out boxing was good, homie. I think the first fight was good. It was worth it's worth running it back. It's worth running it back one time for the one time. But again, I'm cool with it because no rehydration. At least that's what they saying. Benn. Chris Eubank ain't signing off on that again. Smart move. He should have that in his favor. He won that first time fair and square. He should have the leverage to say, look, man, I did that once. I'm not doing it again. If you want to fight me, I should be able to rehydrate to whatever I want. We just seen Terence Crawford jump up 2 weight classes from 54 and let Canelo Alvarez rehydrate to whatever he wanted. So come on, man. Like at the end of the day, Benn was on record far too many times saying he not worried about the weight. He'll fight him at any weight, blah, 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 talking that tough man stuff. Well, it's time to put up now. You know what I mean? I think it's a good fight for boxing.
I mean, you never want back-to-back defeats. Obviously, we know the future is at 147. We've got Lewis Crocker here. You know, there's a shot at the world title. But losing is a disaster for Conor.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, I can dress it up to you and say, it's up at middleweight. It doesn't really matter. Now we go. But that's not what Conor Benn's about. You see a different Conor Benn in there today because all he's focused on is the performance and the fight and getting the victory on November 15th.
And real quick, I like I said, bro, I like Eddie is a talker, bro. He gonna talk his fighters up. You know, Conor Benn, fresh off getting beat by Chris Eubank, but he did give him some good hell. He gave him some hell. You know, even Chris Eubank admitted that he was tougher than he thought. He thought he was gonna be able to put him away, get rid of him. He said that kid's tough. He hit a little bit harder than he anticipated and all that. So he got his work cut out. Eubank, Benn will be motivated, I think, to win. He will be motivated, but I don't know if it'll be enough. You know what I mean? I don't know. Put up or shut up for sure. The first fight was everything that we claimed. Complete opposite of Tom and Jerry. That's a fact. Solomon said boots ain't it. It's only one way to find out, man. Somebody got to prove that in the ring, bro. Somebody got to prove it. Boots not it. Somebody should be able to beat him. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think it will be more of a chess match?
I think maybe for the first couple of rounds, but you know, Conor Benn's Conor Benn. But I want him just to be a little bit smarter. We can't, like Nigel said, he's just winging away. And the heart's great, the balls are great, but you can outbox this guy as well. You're going to have to stand and fight because he's going to try and walk you down and be the bigger man. But just be a little bit smart with it as well.
What do you know about Senior's whereabouts?
Well, what?
Why is Senior with Eubank Jr?
What fucking hell am I supposed to know?
You might have your ear to the ground, I don't know.
Well, I've absolutely no idea. Maybe when he came to the fight, there was a specific reason. And maybe that reason didn't exist today.
What do you think the effect is of not having Senior in the corner then for the second fight?
No, he probably will be. I'm sure Senior will be there for the second fight.
What your thoughts on Terence Crawford's win against Canelo and becoming
I tell you what, just to piggyback on what they were saying, Senior made it to the first fight, Chris Eubank Senior, that is, and it was a little conversation about if he was going to actually make it there or not. And I always thought he was going to make it there, but low-key, I felt like that probably was the thing that separated the fight, bro. His pops being there, he had that extra bit of because he had to dig deep. And like Bros mentioned, he's saying he was Eubank was drained. Yeah, that probably would made the fight as close as it could be. You know what I mean? But it could also be that those guys just make a good fight with each other, and they probably always gonna make a good fight with each other. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my only Tim, man. Do they even see says shouldn't fight it? Nah, yeah, he shouldn't. He shouldn't, and not with the rehydration. But this time he ain't doing. I'm gonna play a video where they was talking about him not adhering to the rehydration. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirk. How you feeling, bro? Good Friday to the family. Look,
I'm disappointed with myself because
I don't know. How's the chat showing up for y'all? Because, I looked at it. It's showing up the regular way, right? I hope
was what was going to happen the whole time. And then on Thursday and Friday, when I saw Canelo in the vest, I was like, nah. I was like, no, he's gonna pull it off here. And You know, it was an amazing performance by Terence Crawford. Yeah, I'm gutted for Canelo, but I'm actually pleased that Crawford is getting the opportunity to show how great he is, because his resume hasn't really allowed that. Don't get me wrong, he's got some good wins, but he could have beaten so many more of the elite guys from his era. And now that was a big win for him. I mean, he's 38 years old. And that, to do that at that stage was very, very impressive.
Should Crawford retire?
Sorry?
Should Crawford retire?
Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true, because I actually said it about
Vic Steve to a degree. You know, he's a slick talker, but see, this is the thing, man. It's a flip side to that, Vic, because when you continue to like try to, you know, put your fighter in a conversation with a guy that just made the history that Crawford made, you need the names and the fights to back it up. And that's something that he's going to get into that. He's going to talk about it, but that's what he needs to do for sure.
Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off.
He do.
Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire.
Bad dog.
Everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5? 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want a fight for big money, and there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, who's obviously very close to him, seemed to say so maybe that's it.
Canelo, what do you think Canelo should do?
I don't know. He was very honest, wasn't he? He said, look, my body's just not the same anymore. So maybe that's a sign that, you know, in answer to your question, Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
There you go. You said it, y'all. Listen, I like shit like this. I don't know about y'all, but I just wanted to embrace this conversation right here. Boots is the new Crawford. Sound good, but you got to deliver, Eddie. You can't just say that without them fight. You're going to need them fights to line it up, man. You got to start putting them in there with them folks, with them people. We need the Virgils, the Bakrams. Hey, Fundora out there, right? The Tim Zoos, man. Lubins. All them type of guys. You need them 50. Look, Brandon Adams out there, right? I don't care, boy. Chuck Laws, put him in there. Everybody get this work. Boots need them fights. When you make bold claims like this, he the new Crawford. They gonna be like, what? You know, right now is the time that you decide to say this. You gotta deliver for your man. I feel you. You're supposed to have confidence in him. You're supposed to feel like you can kick ass, whoever you. Yeah, Charles Conwell, another one. You get me? It's a lot of guys, bro. Like the list is long and plentiful. Samuel, it doesn't matter which way you go, bro. Technique, what it do, homie? That weight drain excuse played out. Nah, it's not an excuse. It's real, bro. I'll play something from Andre Ward, Be More Boxing, and he explained it. That shit ain't no excuse. That's real. When you got to deplete yourself.
35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want a fight for big money, and there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, who's obviously very close to him, seemed to say, maybe that's it.
Canelo, what do you think Canelo should do?
I don't know. He was very honest, wasn't he? He said, look, my body's just not the same anymore. So maybe that's a sign that, you know, in answer to your question, Terence Crawford.
Big shout out to the Queen for the big, huge donation. As always said, appreciate your chivalry. Shout out to the Queen, Lisa. Much love, much.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Truly appreciate you, man. Always supporting the grind. Much love. Yes, man. I don't know. Is the chat showing up like y'all got a double tap, or is it showing up the regular way? I just looked from my phone. It looked the regular way, but I appreciate all your support. Let's keep going, man. Let's hear this.
Generate that kind of money. So, he's 38 years old, and that to do that at that stage was very, very impressive.
Should Crawford retire?
Sorry?
Should Crawford retire?
Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true, because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do Why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, six division champ?
Six division.
35, 40, 47, 54. Six division champion.
Flat boy.
But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want a fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, who's obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
Canelo, what do you think Canelo should do?
I don't know. He was very honest, wasn't he? He said, look, my body's just not the same anymore. So maybe that's a sign that, in answer to your question, Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
What do you think of Dana's comments regarding him leading two of the biggest fights in boxing? And
I've answered that on aerial. I mean, firstly, if you call him Mayweather-McGregor one of the biggest fights, I mean, I know he did a big gate.
Man, so you hear it, man. He's very confident in his guy. That's a bold-ass statement. It's a bold claim. The only way you can back that up is with the proper moves. Like, look, Crawford, to this day, people feel like he ain't got the craziest resume. So, it's kind of the same with Boots. But the great thing for Boots is he's in a division that has a wealth of guys that I think he can build and solidify his name and make his mark up there with at 54. Like I said, the list is, the names is endless to a degree, right? It's deep, it's loaded at 54. It's more than enough talent there. You just got to put your guy in the right position. You get what I'm saying? These dudes be weird. These dudes be weird, bro. Do y'all really be mad? I believe Boots gonna be special. I'm with you, Mike. I think so too. I just think it's a matter of opportunity and time, man. Yeah, man. He came in peaceful and then just flipped the script, man. We weren't even talking about Crawford. I don't think this is really more so about Boots, not Crawford. Crawford got his just
pay-per-view, but let's be honest, it was an exhibition. And Terence Crawford against Canelo Alvarez wasn't his fight. It was Turki Al-Sheikh's fight that he was invited to be the promoter for. Turki put the money up. He made it happen. But Dana's going to be a force. All this stuff like Eddie v. Dana. Oh, well, I've never said anything to disrespect Dana White. He's a tremendous promoter. They run an incredible business there. I just don't think he's going to be as good as me in boxing. Like if I went into MMA, I don't think I'd be as good as him. But that's just my beliefs and my confidence. But I invite that. And you're never going to hear me talk badly about him because I like the guy. But I'm very excited by the challenge. And I think it's great that he's coming into boxing. Let's see if he's got the heart and the engine for it.
Jake Paul and Tank doesn't seem to be happening.
I saw that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I worry about those fights involving Tank anyway, because how can you put the plans together for an event of that magnitude not knowing what's what? So, yeah, I've not spoken to Nikisa or heard from Jake Paul, but I just saw the reports earlier.
Eddie, Shakur and
Is it feasible with the win? How you doing, Gunman?
I like your interviews.
Baddest boxing channel in the UK. I like your style too. Loving the swag.
Yeah, Boots is. I think so. That's what I'm telling you. People don't get it. They're gonna miss it again. I think how they missed it with Crawford. They reduced. They couldn't see his greatness and his full potential because of what his resume lacked in the eyes of many, right? But for people like me, I always seen it with the consistency, the performances, the way they said he lived his life, his approach to the game of boxing, right? Really, like devoting his life to the sport, right? You know a guy like that is bound to get the absolute most out of his career. And I said this before, I'm gonna say it again, bro. His mom was riding around trying to get people to beat him up. Like that shit builds something different in you, bro. You heard her say she used to tell him he wasn't gonna be ish. That shit probably lit a fire, man. That man came into the game with a chip on both shoulders. You heard Timothy Bradley just explain to you what it was like trying to spar. Said the dude was sparring with nobody in the corner with him. Then he sparred him one day. He said he sparred him the next day. Terence Crawford came back again. No trainer, nobody in the corner. Much different style. Said different style. Said that dude different, man. He said he tried to take his head off. Get what I'm saying? The reason why people can't identify with special, man, because they just used to mediocre shit. That's why when somebody show you something special, you just find a way to just bring it to your level. Yeah, man, it can't be that good. yeah, this is not all that special. Canelo wasn't that good anyway. Bivol beat him already. Floyd did it first. Like, nah, man. Crawford did it better. He did that shit better. You get me? You right? He fueled up off that. Like everything, all he used, all that shit like bulletin board material, bro. All that shit motivated him, bro. All of it just motivated him to be one of the best fighters in the game. Get what I'm saying? Mom running around. Just imagine that, bro. Like, just imagine your mom riding around trying to get you a fade, bro. She trying your mom riding around trying to get people to fade you, bro. What is she even on, bro? You get what I'm saying? You gotta love that. Yo, you could block another goofy, man. Nah, we ain't trying to hear none of that weird shit. We ain't trying to hear that. You come over here, you talk weird, you get blocked. Simple, bro. I don't need you over here. If you support, be a part of the conversation, but don't tell me how to do nothing, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I'm very fair and, I'm respectful when you respectful, bro. But you're going to be weird, then you're going to get sent to the gulag every single time, bro. Now, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, man. Eddie Hearn is, look, I could take this off because he said the gist of what I wanted him to say, right? This is what brought me here with this conversation, man. This is what brought me here with this conversation, man. He made a bold claim, man, and look, Boots he got his opportunity to prove what Eddie Hearn is claiming, right? He got to go in there and win in spectacular fashion, how he always do. And this is the crazy part of the catch-22 is, you make a claim like this, now you even leave anything less than a stellar performance. Like, he got to go out there and pretty much obliterate him. He got to be Bud Crawford-like, right? He got to be Bud Crawford-ish in his next fight. He got to really go out there and make a clear-cut example out of Lima. He got to show separation. That shit can't even look like they belong in the ring together. So you see what I'm saying? He got to treat him just like he did. What's the guy named Castillo Clayton, man, 2.0. He got to go out there and beat his ass just like he did him. Get what I'm saying? That's what he got to do. Cornelius was good with. Shout out to Bag Dog. Yeah, people be weird, man. We be in here building, then you want to be racist, man. Pack him up, sing him home. Forever G's, what it do, man? Like I said, we're going to build for a little bit on this Good Friday. I appreciate y'all, man. Double tap the screen or just hit that like button however you need to. And we're going to keep talking about it. Autism. Riley said, Nello King, Bud still not the face of boxing. Bud don't got to be the face of boxing, bro. Nello is still going to be one of the top players in the sport, bro. Him losing, like you might not know where you at. Nello losing don't change shit. He's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retire. He's only lost to undefeated fighters, the absolute best that boxing got to offer. There's no shame in Canelo losing. I still watch him. I don't mind Canelo watching. I don't mind watching Canelo fight. You know what I mean? But Bud beat him fair and square, and that don't necessarily make Bud the face. He don't got to be the face, though. But as long as he get his just due, I'm cool with that. The face of boxing shit is like, I'll let y'all argue over that. Bud beat one of the faces of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Bud beat one of the faces of boxing. He don't need to sell more than him. He don't need to make more money than him. He beat him. See, you worry about the wrong stuff. How much money they make or what they sell benefit you at home? We don't get paid from it. But you know what benefits you when they go out there and fight a good fight? Nello fought a good fight. He just wasn't good enough. Bud was better. You get what I'm saying? Bud was just better than him. That's all that was. You get me? But you over here, you in the right spot. Canelo Alvarez is a first ballot Hall of Famer when he retires. That's how I look at him. He one of the greatest Mexican fighters that graced the sport, bro. Straight like that. You get me? He's losing to Bud. Don't change that. It's just Bud winning cements his greatness. It doesn't take away from Canelo's. Real boxing fans know that. His legacy don't get tarnished. None of that. I don't care because you feel like he was a smart. None of that. He lost to a generational talent, should I say. That's what he lost to. So, nah, don't tarnish him. Nello is still the man. He still got his people behind him. He's still going to make a grip every single time he fight. He good. He just ain't better than Crawford. And I'm cool with that. Big Dog Willie, my guy, man. Appreciate the love in the super chat. Said, why are the Tank Maniacs comparing Tank to Bud? They're saying Tank is still better than Bud. He makes more money than him, and Shakur is jealous. Yeah, you see what dude just said? Bud had never sell more than Canelo. That's how they think, bro. That's how they think. They just super fans. Look, some people care about the shit we supposed to care about is the boxing and the fights. You know what I mean? I'll never compare their money because I don't get paid, right? I don't get paid off them getting, you know what I mean? When they get paid. So I don't know why they always stoop to that money angle. Like they receive, payment off it. But nah, for us, I think we should care about, the fights, right? The fights that they give us, right? How entertaining they are, right? And that's just it. Like these people been down bad, Big Dog Willie. The arguments that I've been hearing and seeing, man, this shit is crazy, man. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. Much love to my guy, Big Dog. Don't forget Pacquiao versus Tate Spring 2026 facts. Oh man, he back at it, Big Dog Willie the Prophet. He back at it again, bro. Big Dog Willie back predicting stuff, bro. He was right before, but you know what's funny? He shout out to Tank, bro. I support him. I don't care if that's what he want to do. I know exactly what he doing. I would do it too. Go knock Pacquiao off. If that's what you want, I'm gonna support it, right? I ain't tripping. But it was a post on Twitter and somebody was saying Tank gonna fight Jake Paul and then Pacquiao next, and then he gonna retire. # no legacy. And he had liked the post. You know what I mean? So to me, that said that it might be a possibility he could fight a Pacquiao because it was something they was talking about. So it was being whispered about. So who knows? But like I said, man, if people listen to his tone and how he sounded like he's ready to retire, then you would understand if that's where he's at mentally. You would understand why he's chasing the financial aspect, right? Them bags, right? Like, look, I'm ready to get up out of here. Now, you just never know after 20-some years in the sport of boxing. You never know when you get tired. So either way, man. But that is possible. Let's see if it happened, Big Dog. You already you 1 for 1 right now.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Got me tripping more now. There's a mission to tear down Floyd career to big up Bud. Yeah, Cal. It's nasty, bro. Damn. Dude, shout out to Black Fight Fan. He said it best. People didn't have to pick between who he say Marciano and somebody. I forget the names, but he was like Chavez and Canelo, and we don't have to pick out of Mayweather and Bud. We could just sit back and enjoy greatness, and that's really what it is. Like, I understand having a fun conversation, like as far as saying who you think will win or at what weight and stuff like that for a fantasy fight conversation, right? But when people start trying to dismiss what Floyd Mayweather did as a fighter, it just get weird. You get what I'm saying? It get weird. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they were doing with the Bud with the Bud conversation. So it's crazy. It's just like, what is it? Recency bias, you want to say, right? You just recently come off of seeing Bud perform this spectacular feat, right? This amazing feat, the impossible. He conquered Goliath, right? He dethroned the king, Canelo, right? Took his belt, some shit that people said it wasn't possible, right? So when you see that and he made history, you like, bro, he got to be better than everybody. And it's just, I get it, but man, Floyd is God gifted, man. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, I know it's easy to be hyped up off the win, but don't ever forget what kind of fighter Floyd was. Like, he literally could separate Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather. He got like 2 careers right there that'll trump most people, period. You get what I'm saying? At either end of his career. So I don't know, man. It ain't no too many Mayweathers, man. That ain't no dime a dozen kind of guy. I mean, you got playing on Black ego. We put ego before unity. I don't know what that's about. The Shark said the fight comes down to who makes the best adjustments. Man, I mean, yeah, that could be it. That definitely could be it. Say, remember Crawford with highest payday, and it was against It was against Canelo. Said somebody ducking that IBF rehydration clause. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. They want to do it. Like they can't have a conversation without dismissing one guy or the other, some people. And in this case, they've been very dismissive of Mayweather. And it's easy to be that dismissive because most people don't like him after retirement, right? And they feel away. And then so they kind of let that affect the way they, you know what I'm saying? They call shit now. Like Bud don't move the way, Floyd do. So it's kind of easy to attach themselves to his winning ways, and kind of it's easy to forget just how great and how special Floyd was, right? Like before Bud Crawford, there was a Floyd Mayweather, right? And I think it's easy to forget that, right? People get wrapped up in the BS. It's easy to forget. He said Floyd has also brought some of it on himself. Yeah, diminishing someone as revered as Ali in the public forum. Like at least, yeah. I mean, yeah, for those that see that, but I think in this case, people don't even think that deep, and we'd be giving them too much credit. I just think they look at it like, it's what have you done for me lately? You look at the last things, Floyd's part of exhibitions. People like, then you got Bud over here conquering greatness, chasing greatness, making history. And it's just so much easier ride with what's going on now as opposed to what Floyd put in. Because shit, Tim Bradley was selling it, man. He said he beats Floyd in his prime. Yes. I was like, man, he made it sound good too. Still talking about Floyd. Let's see if Bud has the same effect. You got a good point. George. Sadly, it might be like that. But I think with the way he cemented his legacy with that win against Canelo, I think he's gonna always be talked about. I think he'll still be talked about as well. You get what I'm saying? I don't see him being in a situation where he won't be talked about. Because again, as long as you got hardcore fans in the sport, you're gonna always have somebody that's gonna talk about Bud Crawford because of what he did was special. You get what I'm saying? Bud is forgettable. I mean, that's how you feel. For me, I think Bud is great. I do. I think Bud is great. He's forgettable. That you might have to speak for yourself on that one. For me, I'm gonna always remember the career of Bud Crawford. Hot Spot was good with it. He had generational talent. Why would you forget him? Like, what's the forget? He just beat people's idol. He beat a guy with a whole, damn country behind him, man. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he got the folk behind him, right? Nah, man. He had the world of boxing by the balls, the sanctioning bodies by the balls, bro. Nello was brushing through everybody else. Nah, we ain't gonna forget how they was talking about he gonna get Charlo. It's gonna look like Charlo. It ain't gonna look good. He gonna get beat up. He gonna get stopped late. All this shit, man. Now that he get beat up, it's like, Bud, that shit ain't forgettable. Because all that stuff y'all said ain't forgettable. I remember it all, damn it. Y'all were talking crazy. He beat a Nello that was on point. Nello said he had the best training camp of his career. He said that was one of the best training camps he ever had. You don't get to do that. And Nello accepted it. You might need to make peace with it, man. He just not better than Terence Crawford. It wasn't that he wasn't on point. He just ain't better than Terence Crawford, period. And he never will be. And that's okay. He just not better than him, right? Sometimes you're going to fight some people that you're not better than. And that's exactly what that is. He is not. And I repeat, he is not better than Terence Bud Crawford. And that should be okay. Don't lose your mind. It's all good. You get me? And Jordan said, denial. Denial is a powerful drug, ain't it, Jordan? Powerful, bro. That denial drug hit different, don't it? I should hit different. Let's get the run back. Will be different. How you think the run back would be different? Shout out to the Shark, man. Hell nah, the run back ain't gonna be no different. And McQueen, what's good, homie? How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
The point that I was making with the Ali thing was this. I do believe that whether or not people voice it or whether or not it's in their carnal mind. I believe that subconsciously, folks have been just eternally rubbed the wrong way by Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And the money persona. So he's viewed through that lens, where it's like that supersedes everything.
Right.
You see Floyd in an interview, he can't even talk about a current fighter without somehow, some way reverting back to himself. Hell of a fighter, woody woo whoop, then he goes back to talking about himself, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think that people look at him through that lens. The whole money persona.
Right.
And for him, it just seems like it's unfathomable to somebody else that how somebody carried themselves, how they carried themselves, how they made other people feel, what they represent, what they embody, how that could supersede money and accolades and all that other stuff.
Right.
Because he tried to diminish Ali, and that was like, oh, how's Ali to go when he lost to a fighter with 7 fights? That's where that whole beef with him and Weston came from. Remember, Mike Tyson had words for Floyd a couple of years ago because he said something about Muhammad Ali.
Scared little
And
man.
he's a scared little man. And he's like, Ali could walk down the street with no security.
Mike
People
wasn't
loved
feeling
him.
that shit.
He wasn't feeling it. So this has been an ongoing thing with Floyd Mayweather.
It's
then
like you
naturally,
gotta kind of, I don't know, read the room. Like Ali, like it ain't no taking them little subtle jabs. Like, cause if you think about it, just an honest question, right? It's not so much of this. He a self-centered kind of guy. Like, you know, he gotta outdo everybody. He the best. He lost to a guy with this. I ain't never lost. My record is perfect, and you know, it's that kind of. That's how I take it. But again, it's like, no, you gotta know what's some shit ain't worth challenging, right? And you don't even gotta challenge who's greater out of the two, because you'll never be able to, you'll never mean what he meant to the people, I don't think. And you gotta understand that. So you kind of like out of your league with even trying to compare him. They don't care about the money. They gonna be like, bro, they loved him different, so it hit different. So while you over here like, I'm undefeated, nobody beat me, they're gonna say, well, he fought all these guys too. He lost, but he was bigger than boxing. Like, he was other people. You know what I'm saying? So shit just hit different. Some shit you just don't need to do, right? Like argue how
ultimate
great
people's
Ali
champ,
is.
bro.
What's the point of doing that? Like, we know he the guy.
Ali was so beloved that they had that hostage situation. If I'm not mistaken, it was in Libya or something like that in the 80s.
Right.
And the president couldn't even negotiate to free the hostages.
Prize
They
fighter
said,
with
we
the
only gonna
throne.
let the hostages go if Muhammad Ali comes out here. You know how loved, how revered you gotta be. You know how venerated you gotta be. You gotta have the ultimate level of respect to where people don't even want to speak to another world leader. They like, nah, we ain't letting these hostages go until Muhammad Ali come out here. Muhammad Ali went out there, negotiated with these people, and freed hostages. That's a different level of respect. That's somebody, to your point, who is transcended. The man is a fucking icon in humanity, not just boxing, humanity.
Right. Speak
like
on
to
it.
this day, people talk about the fact that the man lost 3 years of his prime.
Right.
Because he didn't want to go fight in Vietnam.
Kyle, stupid.
And then came back after losing 3 years to become champion again.
Right. Talk about it,
You see the footage?
This is one of my favorite people to talk boxing with right here,
bro,
too, y'all.
He had whole villages out there in fucking in Africa doing road work with him. Chanting, Ale, Boomaye. Like, that's a different type of dude we talking about.
So you get what I'm saying, Ant? That's why I love that he came up here to talk about it, because he painting the picture better than I can. I love the way
to
he
reduce
just
that shit to, well, Ali
it.
ain't the GOAT because he lost to a man with 7 fights and I'm the greatest. I never lost before. It's like, bro,
right? They
you
like,
just tone deaf as hell, son.
Right? They like, the nerve of you. Did you just curse the GOAT? Like, and that's what I mean. Being that he was in a totally different time, Floyd, You should have no problem. I'm saying I hate to tell somebody how to think or how to speak, but I feel as though he should have no problem highlighting how great he was because of what he stood for. You have to know better. That's a losing battle is what I'm saying, bro. Like how you gonna win that? Where the hell is you gonna take that conversation and people really gonna agree with it? Nowhere. They'll let you talk, but ain't nobody gonna agree with that shit. You just can't compare it to the kind of man he is. That shit different, man. I'm telling you, like, that's the name right off the bat, bro, that will always get spoken on when we talking about boxing. Forever. Like, they will never not bring up Muhammad Ali. Never. It won't happen. No conversations that when you really talking boxing is going to exist. It's the minute you start talking heavyweights, and you might not even have to be on heavyweights, but somebody's going to bring it up. You get what I'm saying? That dude is universally loved, man. That's something that you can't fucking buy. The millions that you made, the numbers that you broke, none of that shit matter. None of that shit supersede what he meant for the sport. And it's like, I guess a self-centered kind of, I don't know, you into yourself kind of guy. You're not able to see that. You like, but I broke records though, y'all. But look, I didn't lose to nobody. But I was undefeated for 20 years. I fought all the champions. They like, bro, this man was other people. What part don't you get? Like, of the people. Shout out to Prize Fighter. He says supporting the move. Much love to my guy, man. Right? Know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, certain shit you just don't argue, man. Don't argue no Muhammad Ali greatness. T Hill, what it do, homie? It just don't make sense. Yeah, Ali, boom, by like, come on, bro. Like,
oh man, you can't compare them. You're gonna be like, well, I had one of the highest grossing pay-per-views of all time with Conor McGregor.
Right.
And then you compare that to a dude who was out there negotiating hostage situations.
Right. Shout out to Jonathan. Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And then the way this man was talking, the way this man was talking, you watch some of these interviews that he was having.
Yeah.
With people like what's my man's name? Buckley. William Buckley. Going out there speaking in public forums about inequality and race relations and things of that sort.
Right, Jordan. That's true.
Telling people to their face, like, nah, you're not gonna call me Cassius Clay. I'm Muhammad Ali. This is what you gonna call me. That's what that whole say my name thing was about. Say my name.
Right.
Like, right. Bro, like, y'all not about to sit here and play me out. Y'all not gonna marginalize me. And we talking about in an era where it was like, forget about it. Being outspoken, being boisterous, and get your ass shelved.
Right. You said when we talk about GOAT, we talking about inside the ring. Nah, I think with Ali, specifically with me and Ant speaking to, we talking about overall. Like, that he was bigger than boxing, and that's rare to say. And you won't really hear me say that about fighters. It just when you hit the people, when you touch the hearts of the people, bro, that shit speak volumes, man. Like, I don't hear. The Ali slander ain't tolerated nowhere on no ends of the earth in no boxing conversations, bro. I've never been a part of it at all. That's rare, bro. People will go in on Mike Tyson. That's the dude that got me. Like, I wasn't, I ain't old enough to watch Ali, his time. Like, I ain't that. Oh, I'm the Tyson. I was young watching that. You get me? That's the guy that got me. People will go in on Tyson. They'd check his resume. They'd question him, even with him having some history on his side. They don't give a damn. But the Ali slander is wild. Nobody tolerates that. And that shit is like unanimous, and I love it for that reason. It's one of them things, bro. Even when it comes to other sports where you got the Jordans, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, and even football, all of that, you got people that debate way more than they would when it come to Ali. They just, it's like people just let it. You get me? It's just like some shit ain't worth arguing. It's like, all right, you got me. Well, you mentioned that, you like, all right, bro, you got me. And then they go looking at the record. I'm like, well, he lost to this one. He lost to that. Bro, what part don't you get? You must have just misunderstood, or just you can't take into account what he actually stood for and what he meant. And if once you be able to grasp that, you able to see why people call him the GOAT. That shit ain't got it exceeds so much farther than his damn record and his resume. People don't get it. They not just talking about inside the ring, bro. They talking about the man, bro.
But here's the
That's what
thing,
I'm
though,
saying.
Just
They
the
love
shit
this
that's
dude.
so ill about Ali is it's actually both. It's actually both.
Yeah.
There are
In the ring
very
too.
few, there are very few guys who fought as stiff as competition as Muhammad Ali, not just in his prime, but also outside of his prime. There have been situations where this man was the underdog, where they were saying, like, nah, you're going to get killed. Sonny Liston, he was the underdog.
Right.
George Foreman, he was the underdog. So it's like, win, lose it. The man fought like 10 rounds with a broken jaw versus Ken Norton. Got his shit broken like the second round.
That's ridiculous.
And could have mailed it in.
Yep. Could have packed it in. Easy.
I would have packed it in. You break my shit, it's over, son.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. With you 10 rounds. 10 what?
Take me to the hospital.
Yeah, get me
get me my check.
My next meal whipped up. Let's go ahead and get this healing process out the way. I'm not gonna give you the opportunity to have my shit off the bone, have my jaw falling off the bone, beat my ass. Hell no. That's what I'm saying. He different, bro. Different. Shout out to Mike Kirkland, my brother, man. Always support himself for Ali getting up from that Frazier hook game till the end, man. Absolutely. Just a different guy. That's why I say, man, go back and look. It takes some little homework. If you don't mind watching old fights and just doing some research in boxing. Dude just was different. And he had a mouthpiece. Crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, they're ridiculous how much shit he could talk. Man, and it was poetic. He had the nerve. Bro was poetic with this shit talking, man. You got to be kidding me. The more we talk about it, y'all making me more of a fan at this point in life. The way he just had it, bro. He was fun. That camera come on. Hey, he go to work, bro. And then the thing is, he'll get in a fight and back it up. So it's like, hey, man, you beat him. All right, you beat him. He'd be right back.
Muhammad Ali is the ultimate. Like Muhammad Ali, if you just talk about all of the characteristics, everything that makes up Muhammad Ali, not only just the man, the boxer, it sounds like some movie shit. Like, like you really think, first off, he was a phenomenal boxer, Olympic gold medalist.
Right.
On top of having God knows how many title defenses. And the man really had two different careers, Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Lost 3 years, came back, regained the championship, fighting other Olympic gold medalists and champions like George Foreman and Joe Frazier. As the brother Sean said, Henry Cooper. Muhammad Ali got clipped with a nasty ass left hook in that fight. Damn, they got knocked out, came back and won.
Yo,
he's just a different type of dude. Like
George
everything you could think of
was thoroughly impressive. The way he did that.
He could win dominant fashion. He could outbox somebody, and then if it went past boxing, he could outfight you. He could outlast you. It's just like
it's crazy. I feel like even watching it, you could see the talent. You could see just how he was rare for that time. Period. Right. But I feel like watching it on the camera don't do the justice it would if you was actually seeing that shit. And I'm telling you, bro. Tell him, bro. When you watching somebody that you know is nice in real life, that shit hit different. I'm telling you, you get to see these moves being made in real time and how much better guys be than everybody else on the card you could have watched, or maybe the opponent they fighting. Shit just different. Sometimes TV, now we got every angle, so we get to see shit pretty good. We got a pretty good bird's eye view, but back then the black and white films is one of them things I felt like you just had to be there to really see it. So if you could see how special it is from the film we watching, just imagine being
and like you just said, man, the dude could also talk, right? So he's the ultimate package. He could fight, he could talk, he stood for something. If you see him like the photo shoots, the motherfucker was smooth as hell, like as far as like dress is concerned. Like he had style for his day. You see him in the tailored suits and all this. The ladies loved him. The man had like what 7 wives and something crazy like that, and all of them were just beautiful. It's like it's
he was a player,
bro. Layla Ali, she did the interview with Andre Ward. She talked about how like everybody came through to that.
Mhm.
It was to the point she ain't even want to be home because he was always entertaining. Always had
Mhm.
like it didn't matter who it was. People just coming through the crib. Frank Sinatra come through the
Right.
crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Shout
this
out to
dude is
Angel, man. You think Shields would have got knocked out by Layla? Shit, man. Shields a different kind of talent to me, man. I think just when you look at her, it's kind of it becomes evident pretty fast that she not regular. Like she just not. I really do think that's one of the more special talents that has been able to grace this sport. Look, anybody could be beat, right? Anybody could be stopped, but she's really good, man. Like she's really good. I don't even know. Cause sometimes you can't put it into words. She's really something different, bro. Man, she more than likely gonna retire undefeated, man. She one of them ones, man. Even if she lose, that shit don't change nothing to me. She's special. But Layla, she had her run. Can't take nothing from it. She did what she
she
had
was
to do while she was
punching
there.
though. She was punching. What I love about Clarissa Shields is damn near every time you see her,
Mm-hmm.
she looks a little bit sharper. She just look a
Yeah.
little bit sharper every time. Like you can really tell that she works at it.
Uh-huh.
She
Uh-huh.
just look a little bit sharper, especially after she got with
Mm-hmm.
John David Jackson. Like her
Right.
defense got super duper on point.
Right.
You see her interact with her male counterparts, Bud and Andre Ward, and you can see when they're telling her things, she's internalizing them,
Right.
and then she implements them in the fight.
Right.
Clarissa Shields is fantastic.
She
Layla
is.
Ali, I had to really go back and watch some of her fights and was like, she was vicious. I don't think that
Mhm.
she's as technically sound as Clarissa Shields, but two things: heavy ass hands, and she had a hell of a motor. It's like once she
Yeah.
start letting them hands go, it's no slowing her down.
Yeah, she get busy.
Wear you down and wear you out. So it would be a
Mm-hmm.
hell of a fight to see both of them. Honestly, I don't know who would win. I really
Right.
don't, because we've also
Mm-hmm.
seen Clarissa Shields get up off the deck too. Who was that?
Yeah.
Hannah Gabriels
Yeah.
that put it down early. She got up off the
Mm-hmm.
deck, boxed to a
Mm-hmm.
clean decision.
Mm-hmm.
So we know
Boxed
she a
her ass
dog.
down. Right. Boxed her ass down,
But in
man.
short, man, I said all that about Muhammad Ali to say this about Floyd, and I feel like what right now what we're starting to see with Terence Crawford is people are
Mm-hmm.
appreciating him for the champion that he is and for the man that he is. Not just being super duper accomplished, but you see every time you turn around, there's another clip of him doing something random, playing basketball with people, playing ping pong with people, dancing with somebody's grandmother at a function. It's like who the hell, like why the hell is he there?
Right.
He just seemed
Right.
like a regular ass dude, and
Mm-hmm.
it took a little minute for us to see more of his personality, but
Right.
finally we're starting to see it. Like, oh, okay, like this dude actually got something with him, and he's been alluding to it himself. How
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of been on the back burner, and folks have
Right.
been saying he don't sell, he's not a draw, he
Yeah.
ain't this, he ain't that. And over the past 2-3 years or so, we've been seeing just a little bit more and a little bit more of Terence Crawford, and even hearing his reason for taking the Canelo fight. You know,
Right.
basically him saying that Canelo is the link to the previous generation, which I agree with. Canelo was able to
Mm-hmm.
fight Floyd. He was able to fight Cotto. He was able to fight what's my guy? Prime Islandi Lara. He was able to fight Shane
Mm-hmm.
Mosley,
Right.
Carlos Baldomere, and a couple of those other guys.
Yeah, I'm filthy too.
Yeah, he did.
He about to be back.
And Canelo's still a bad dude, man. Like, ain't no shame in
Yes.
that. Like you were saying, bro. Yo, when you really think about it, Canelo lost 3 fights. All three of them are to dudes who are just surefire Hall of Famers. Floyd is
Mm-hmm.
already in the Hall of Fame. Dimitri
True.
Bivol going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Bud
Right.
Crawford is the first three undisputed champion in male boxing. I can't dismiss the quote. She's the first to do it. He's the second to do it, but the first male to do it. Ain't no
Mm-hmm.
fucking shame in losing to them.
Right.
Can't
Right.
clown Canelo for that. He's
That's
still a
why
hell
I
of a
say,
fighter because
man.
everybody else ain't gonna do him like that.
Yeah, right. That's why I say, man. We like what we asking these guys to be perfect. Come on, man. You can lose some fights, and I'm not about to overanalyze no damn loss. Okay, you just not better than that guy. Cool. On to the next. Like we be stuck on shit. Like hell nah. Like that gotta be, like a death sentence, a loss. Nah, bro. Or you gotta not like a guy now. Oh, he lost. Nah, man. Canelo still Canelo, bro. Still gonna be Canelo even after this. He gonna find a route back. He gonna figure that shit out.
The man lost 2 times in the past. First time he lost to Floyd, it seemed like his stock went up even higher. He lost to Dimitri Bivol. It was still selling out stadiums and arenas and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like losing the bud on a huge platform like that, it ain't about to do nothing.
Right.
Canelo's
Like,
still gonna be that guy.
Right. Right, man.
Still is that guy, if you ask me.
And
like I said last week, bro, I feel like Canelo, we kind of take him for granted at times, and I believe that some of it has to do with our desire, our clamoring for the David Benavidez fight. So it seems like everybody that he fights who is not David Benavidez is just more indicative of him being this duck or him not wanting to push himself or challenge himself.
Right.
But the man started at 140. He started at 140, but since he's been reigning at 168 for the past couple years, we forget that. We forget that shit. Like, this man started at 140. 5'7" with a damn 69, maybe 70-inch reach. And to be able to go all the way up to 175 is like nothing to sneeze at.
Shit is crazy, man. It's impressive. Definitely
Super impressive. Both of them guys are impressive. Shit. Bud starting at 135, going up to 168.
That shit is ridiculous, bro.
Crazy.
That dude really is one of them diamonds in the rough, bro. They overlooked him. I'm saying now, Bug, version better than the Floyd version. Let the peanut gallery tell y'all stuff I was saying. Yeah, I hate to overanalyze it, Cal. Like, I get it for a good, healthy conversation, but I know exactly what you're saying. They've been almost, it's past opinion now. It's like damn near like they stamping it. Nah, it's facts. Bud beats Floyd. Yo, I ain't never heard so many people say that shit like that until he beat Canelo. Now I even seen a poll. I think I seen a poll. What was it? Was it 70-something% for Bud? When they said who will win, him versus Mayweather? Yeah, I think they had like 70-something% for Bud. I was like, yeah, people definitely they respecting the hell out that win. Because it went from
they should.
yeah, they should. It went from he ain't fight nobody to now he'll beat TBE. Man, make it make sense. You get what I'm saying? And so which one is it? Is he not good or is he not like so he ain't great, but he'll beat one of the greatest fighters to do it? He gonna beat TBE though, right? That's how you know he great. That's why I love it. That's the only reason why I'm cool with the conversation, because in a weird way, it forces people to kind of be honest about Crawford. You get what I'm saying? Before this point, they wouldn't have said that. Now, man, it beat Floyd. Yeah.
It's twofold to me, though. It's twofold to me.
We'd never know.
It's twofold. I'll say, on one hand, because I'm with you 1,000%, you got to reevaluate how you saw Bud Crawford. But on the flip side, we also got to say Canelo was a bad motherfucker. Where it's like if getting a W over him stamps you in that way.
Right.
Whether we feel like he's on the downslide or he's regressing, he's still great enough to the point where you get a W over him.
Right.
And it's like, man, you the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Right. Telling you, man.
Like they said, you gotta be the man, you gotta beat the man. And Canelo is still the man.
The man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I just feel like he's solidified to the point where no matter who he lose to, unless it's just like he start taking like a crazy slide, you know, that obviously people try to hold him in a different light, but nothing changes. Like this loss doesn't stop him from being a man. It doesn't stop him from being, you know, a top guy and none of that. It don't stop none of that. You get what I'm saying? Don't stop none of it.
Nope. I mean, if anything, and this is the sad part, man. Oftentimes we don't look at it through this lens. This
Right.
guy is past it and he's still putting it on the line. Like I look at Roy
Yeah.
Jones. It'd be real easy for folks to forget just how unbeatable. Like this dude looked like the closest thing to literal Superman in a boxing ring
Right.
prior to coming back down from heavyweight and getting knocked out by Tarver. Then he had a string of losses after that.
Right.
Some of them were some nasty ass knockouts. But by the same token, I look at Roy Jones and I'm like, damn, this dude is a hell of a fighter. Because clearly he ain't Superman no more. He might be a shell of Clark Kent at this point.
Yeah, true.
But he's still gonna put his nuts on the line. And to me, that's gotta count for something. That's gotta count for something. Canelo at this point, he don't gotta fight for no money. I mean, if we keep it in the buck,
Right.
Canelo, shit, he ain't had to fight for money in a long ass time.
Yeah. True.
In a long time. So even if he has regressed and he took a
Right.
couple of losses after this loss to Bud, I would still look at him like, damn, this dude is a hell of a fighter.
Right.
I look at Muhammad Ali the same way. Like when he lost to Leon Spinks or when he lost to Larry Holmes.
Right.
Dude was 38 years old, having thyroid issues and all types of shit.
Right. Shout out
Having
to
health
Kenji.
issues, still getting it in. And he was still getting it in. Went in there and got his ass whooped, but that's a different type of dude, man. That's a different type of cat to be like, yo, I'm well past it, but I'm going to still get in here and handle business. I don't even have to do this. You know, so I respect it. And to what Cal was saying, I agree. And I'll say this, Cal, to your point. It doesn't even have to be better. It doesn't even have to be better. Like, yo, Bud fought the better version of Canelo. No, Bud fought a different version of Canelo.
Absolutely.
Because in some ways, Floyd fought a more youthful, more, I mean, I say some ways. Shit, Canelo, 23 years old. He did fight a more youthful, a more athletic, Canelo that had more vigor. But I think that Bud fought a more savvy version of Canelo. So neither one is better or worse. There's a little bit of trade-off.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of trade-off because Canelo don't got the hand speed that he had when he fought Floyd, but he also didn't have the boxing mind. Like he didn't start doing all that, I'm gonna break you down, hit you in the shoulder shit until after he lost to Floyd. Then after that, that's when you see him start like, all right, I gotta try to break these guys down, try my best to take the steam out of them, so on and so forth. That's when he got a little bit more artful, more clever with his approach. It wasn't just, all right, I'm gonna come down here and just clip you on the chin and that's it. It's like, nah, I'm gonna take my time.
Right.
I'm gonna be more strategic with the pressure and so on and so forth. So I think they fought two different versions of Canelo. And both of them were very good versions of Canelo for different reasons.
Proud that my Eastern Ali fought the best from beginning to the end. I agree, man. Our boxing, Canelo's dream against Mayweather. I don't think he ever made that excuse, but I mean, if you want to use that, you can. He was just outclassed, bro. Like that's not a fight where somebody fought and their performance was like, oh, he was drained and faded. Nah, he just got beat. He wasn't good enough. He didn't have enough experience, and he just not on Floyd's level, respectfully. Very good fighter. Very, very good. Just Floyd, a generational talent. I mean, shit, Canelo could be in his own right, but he's just not better than Floyd, right? And Angel, man, I see you going in, man. How you gonna say we making more of it than what it is, and the man just became undisputed in his third division? How many fighters you know did that? I'll wait. You get me? Nah, we ain't making more of it than it is, but you see how we've been fair enough to speak on both sides. We giving Canelo the credit for being great too. And then yeah, I hate how people reduce his family's gonna eat good. His family been eating good. You ain't see the property that he building for his family. You ain't hear about the the investments the man made. He been good with money. Maybe you missed my bill when Bernie the boxer came up here, man. That dude been good with money. I ain't need him to come here to tell me for me to know that. I knew. You get me? So I don't know, bro. You might be tripping a little bit. Nah, we gonna celebrate the greatness because if had it been Canelo knocking him out, nobody would be arguing about how long they talk about it. They wouldn't be saying stop making more of it than what it is. How is that? Speaking about how dope of a feat it was, shit, it was just this past Saturday. I mean, I know we going on another week, but hey, man, it was still fresh, bro. Still fresh. His name is hot. They putting his name in the pot with everybody. MMA fighters, Triple G, Floyd Mayweather's, like. Nah, man, that's what happens when you get your just due. Like, and the reason why I'm going to continue to feel comfortable talking about it is because people spent like how long, bro? And you watched it, they was tearing this dude down, man. Steroids, glove cheat. I still did it yesterday. Was playing the videos. They still making current videos about him cheating. People want to rewatch the fight to try to convince the audience that he didn't win the fight. It's the nastiest shit I've ever seen. So now we got to celebrate greatness. That's all we doing. But at the same token, look at how our conversation is going. Most people, when they had this conversation, bringing, Canelo got his ass beat in. We ain't doing that. We like, bro, we glad he gave that man the opportunity to be able to call himself great in that regard and be, in rare company. He in rare company right now with that three divisions undisputed, 5-division champion. He could have mess around and be a 6-division champion. The guy, the kid from Omaha, Nebraska, that they hated on, that they counted out, that they bet against, you get what I'm saying? Nah, that's pretty dope. Pretty damn dope. And that's why I say my respect for Canelo grew because he gave that man a shot. And not only did he give him a shot, when he lost, he didn't complain. He told Ellie to just accept it. We lost, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So man, Canelo gonna always be one of the faces, man. He earned it, bro. He earned that. He put that work in. You know what I'm saying? He put the work in. He got the resume. He got the drawing power. He sold the tickets, right? He got the performances. Canelo. That's what I know. It's unpopular to hear both sides be built up, but that's the way it's supposed to go. All that weird shit, nah, I ain't with it. Canelo is gonna always be one of the guys, man. Until he retire.
1000%. That's how it's supposed to be, because otherwise, what are these things worth?
Right.
What are they worth? If this guy wasn't this guy ain't shit, then what does beating him mean?
Right. So yeah,
we gotta reduce it. We gotta reduce it to the bullshit that we say that it is.
Right.
So hell no. And then not only that, not even just to boost it up to justify or to make a point. Shit, Canelo is literally a living legend.
Yes.
He is a living legend.
It's just a matter of time before he a Hall of Fame. Wait till he retire. Watch.
All he got to do is retire, and he's a Hall of Famer.
You get me? First ballot. He's great, bro. It's just like I always say, man. I hate to be a broken record, but people have conditioned their minds to be negative when it comes to giving somebody their credit. We condition people to, that's not that great. That just wasn't even, man, shut up. Y'all ain't hear them clips I was playing yesterday with dude, like, all Crawford did was throw a few punches and run? This is what he said, bro. Then they still out here trying to prove that his gloves was tampered with. Derrick James just came out recently having to speak on it. That's how bad it's getting. Y'all try to throw Derrick James. Even Derrick James, Derrick James, he dismissing all that. OTB, what's good, Brody? You know it. You know it, OTB, man. What's good with you, fam? Man, you just came across my mind, man. Good to see you pop in the building, too, OTB.
I respect you, brother. And I don't even like to disagree with people.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that your point about Roy is overstated. It is extremely overstated. You said because there was nobody around. The man, I can name 4 Hall of Famers this man faced off the top of my head, bro. James Toney, a Hall of Famer. Bernard Hopkins, a Hall of Famer. Virgil Hill, a Hall of Famer. Vinny Pazienza is a Hall of Famer. And I'm pretty sure there are a couple other ones that I'm missing off the top of my head right now.
School him.
Joe Calzaghe. He fought Joe Calzaghe, Hall of Famer.
School him.
So if he wasn't fighting nobody, then who the hell was he fighting?
Right. Shout out to CJ Rich, man. He said, shout out Justin Ant. Give him credit where it's due. I ain't getting in the ring, so I got to respect these fighters. I respect Canelo more after this. That same thing I said, CJ. Appreciate that support. You got to. I know it's not the popular thing because it don't breed the negative conversations and the arguments and the debates, but I'm here to kill all that, man. You don't want a headache? You want to talk boxing without a headache? Here you come. You got to come over, come through, pull up a chair. You know what I mean? Get comfy, pull up a plate. You know what I mean? And have some fun with us. But it don't be that deep, man. Get these guys like we was talking about. Remember, I was saying, man, go a couple rounds. But I think your suggestion, Ant, was even better when you said, nah.
Put him through a training camp.
Yes.
8 weeks.
Suffer. Y'all be throwing up y'all lungs. And it'll be crazy because it'll prove the point at just how difficult this shit is. Before you even throw one punch, you're going to be ready to fucking quit. The shit is not easy, man. They're a rare breed of athletes. And then when we talk about the upper echelon, we found a way to downplay them to like, so it's like the overall sport suffers because it's like we don't give nothing credit. It's wild, bro. It's like these kids got to be perfect, these young fighters, bro, or we get the diss in them. Much love to my dog.
Mike Kirkland. I forgot to mention Mike McCallum. Like, yo, people really be shitting on Roy's resume. I'm like, yo, Roy got a damn good resume.
Right.
Like, real talk.
Right.
Even my man, what's his name? Montel Griffin was a damn good fighter. Like, Montel Griffin can fight. I love me some James Toney. Montel Griffin gave that man all you can handle. And Roy made that shit look relatively easy. He got that first L because they had to disqualify him because he hit him while he was down.
Right.
So, no man, Roy Jones slander will be tolerated around here.
And Roy, man, look, Roy could have retired undefeated, bro.
Yep.
And we know that. That man literally pushed his limits all the way to heavyweight. I have absolutely shit to say about no losses. I don't give a damn who knocked him out, who beat him up. I don't care. I know greatness when I see it. That dude was phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. That shit used to look. He was a video game character, bro. Roy Jones was a video game character, yo. Legit. Like beating your ass. And then he did things wrong. Like he did everything wrong according to, you get what I'm saying? Like, bro. Yo, man, whatever, yo. That shit was fun. He talked it, he walked it, talked it, and walked it some more, bro. Like he literally pushed it to heavyweight and beat a heavyweight. Like, and that shit had to sap all his athleticism and shit pretty much for him to start taking losses. That is a generational talent, special fighter, bro. He could have easily retired undefeated.
Yep.
Easily. Are you going to always have a DQ loss? But we all know what that is. That's bullshit, man. That dude would never beat Roy Jones ever, and no lifetime would he ever beat Roy. You get me? Yeah, T Hill was in the community post.
That man Roy was like doing otherworldly shit, winning straps, playing semi-pro basketball. This motherfucker's putting albums out. He's a Jordan athlete. Like this dude was like ubiquitous at one point. Roy Jones was on another planet, bro. Like he was on another planet. And shout out to my man Trax FM. I like the point that he made because I agree with you 1000% on this. He said, I think it's worth celebrating such an achievement. Both fighters took a risk to greatness.
Right.
Bro, that's 1000% because for Canelo Alvarez, this was a risky ass fight.
Right.
He acknowledged it off the rip. Yo, this is a lose-lose to me. If I beat him, I'm supposed to beat him because he's a little man coming up. If I lose to him, I lost to a little man who came up. Now, but Crawford, on the other hand, and I'm not saying that this would have been what he would have said, but at least for the fans, they could say he tried to be great, came up short. He tried to do something that was unprecedented in this juncture of time. He came up short. But then if he wins, then it's like, damn, David slayed Goliath. So it's a win-win for him. But for Canelo, there was shit. And I'll also say this, though. I'm even going to say it's a win-win. I say it's a win-lose for Bud. Because the lose part would come from here, from this aspect.
Right.
Oh, see, we told you he wasn't that good. He only did that to Errol Spence. Errol Spence was coming off the car crash, and he was damaged goods. He ain't fight nobody, and the first time he fought somebody of substance, and he lost.
Right.
He would get that.
Right. Shout out to Darren, man. It's the only guy I ever seen that do that is Chad Dawson. Yeah, Roy made these guys look regular. Finance TV, my brother. What's good, man? That's what I'm saying. Most important winner in this era. That's why I say, man, we have like programmed our minds to put a cap on the credit that you can give somebody, but there's
You on mute, Just. Maybe it's me. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, T-Hill. What up? What up?
What's up with you, man? That thing that you were saying about Muhammad Ali, bro, so true. That man could go literally anywhere in the world and people would recognize him and people would respect and love him, man. That transcends sports. That stuff transcends the game of life, bro. That dude, his greatness cannot be questioned. And then, like you said, out the ring, and what he stood for and who he stood against and what he stood against, man. Losing those 3 years did a lot to take away the thing that separated him and his ability to key in his instincts, his reactions, and his abilities, and the things that he thought that was on one accord, like was in unison, simpatico, kind of slowed that process down and allowed him to become a little bit more accessible, that I thought when I looked at the film, than it was prior to that. But even still, man, in the face of adversity, he never buckled and he always rose for the most part to the occasions, man. His last fight, he went in the fight in the ring with Parkinson's, man, and still went out there and gave everything he had. That dude is truly remarkable, man. I don't see how anybody could downgrade him. But I don't like that we downgrade everybody else. Like Cal had made a statement, like something we see fresh in a moment, all of a sudden will erase all of what history has told us in this sport. And this sport has seen some great talent, some very great talent, man. And we only do this with certain fighters. And I hate that we do it with certain fighters. What Bud did was amazing. The way he broke down his opponent was awe-inspiring, man. He had the man wanting to not really be in the ring the last 3 rounds, and because he couldn't figure him out, he couldn't do nothing, and everything he threw landed on the gloves, or he caught it, or he moved, and then he got hit. So like he was mentally done, and when you get somebody mentally to tap out, man, you done put your work in. Cannot discount that. Likewise, Roy Jones Jr., man, people don't like him or don't respect his greatness, then, man, you just don't like certain fighters, and that's it. Because that man, if it wouldn't have been for the Montel Griffin fight, bro, his whole career path probably tracks much differently than it did. But that thing bothered him so much, he started doing other things in the ring that, pretty catered to his athletic ability and his ability to just separate himself from most of his talent. And I think that led his way up to heavyweight and then all the way back down. And it was tough. But man, I love me some Roy Jones. And yeah, that first Tarver loss did hurt, man, because I was such a big Roy Jones fan. But it shows what happens when things ain't on one accord with your body, with your mind, and with your game plan. So shout out Tarver, man. But yeah, that Roy Jones, that's a special dude, man. He did a lot of things that people, he and Mike Tyson, I believe, man. I think Tyson gets a bad rap too, man. And I think a lot of stuff happened with Tyson with some of the people he lost in his life and some of the people that was placed in his life after it. But yeah, man, you cooking, bro. Just cooking and shit, man.
To that point about Mike Tyson, and shout out to L-Dub, the fax machine. He had made this point, something that I had been ruminating on for quite some time. There's this common talking point that Mike Tyson has lost every big fight that he's been a part of. How in the world could that be the case if the man was the undisputed champion of the world at one point? All that means to me is that there are certain guys who had the ups on them, and they were better men on the night. And with them being on better on the night, to me, that doesn't mean that we got to erase everything else that Mike Tyson was able to accomplish. So the way his resume is graded is a little bit weird to me because I don't feel like it's balanced. We just reduce it to him losing to Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. It's like, nah, he fought a lot of other credible guys too. You know, it's important to go back and look at the circumstances surrounding the fight. Because oftentimes we just look at the resumes themselves. But we don't go back, we don't look at the rankings, where this guy was at the time, who this guy was, whether or not he was a former titleist or so on and so forth. We just say, oh, well, who did he beat? Pinklin Thomas? Like, Pinklin Thomas was a bum. Like, no, he was a damn good fighter. Was he Evander Holyfield? No.
Pinklin Thomas.
Was he Lennox Lewis? No. Still a pretty damn good fighter.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, man, I don't know. For some odd reason, we find people who we want to denigrate and talk down upon and diminish what they, how great. And the greatest statement that was just made, and I know we've talked about it, is we say getting in the ring is hard, man. It really is. To get to the ring is hard. Man, you got to sacrifice a lot and you got to put your body through a lot. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from your family. It's so much that goes into play when you're going through a training camp preparing for a fight. And you got to get your mind prepared for war. Like, you got to really have that mindset, man. It's not easy to be that guy, man. It's not easy.
Glad you mentioned the mental aspect of it, T Hill, because I was just about to mention that. Like, to normalize hitting and being hit. The vast majority of us probably haven't been in a fist fight in several decades. We don't wake up and prepare ourselves to hit somebody else and to be hit. And then also, we don't approach our jobs with the mindset that this shit can go so far left, there's a chance I might not make it to the end of this shift. Because that's ultimately what this is. This shit is a job for these guys. It is a job. So unless you do something dangerous for work, but the vast majority of us do not. So we're not thinking about the possibility of us not making it out of a shift when we go to work.
No, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah, y'all was cooking though, bro. And
Thomas, Burbick, Tubbs, Tucker, Spinks, Biggs. Yeah. All them guys were good fighters. But Mike Tyson lost to Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis, and all of a sudden, He's lost every big fight that he's ever been a part of. It's like, nah, hell no. You can say the same thing for Canelo. I've seen somebody say that about him the other day. Oh, he lost every time he had a big fight. He lost. Like, was Dimitri Bivol necessarily like a big fight at the time? I don't recall it being that. There were a lot of people who weren't really too familiar with Bivol, and that fight was looked at as another, like a Callum Smith variety fight. People were saying, "Who the hell is this Dimitri Bivol guy?"
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And then there was the two biggest loss that people don't count that was outside the ring, and it was Rooney and Cuss. When he lost those two, the thing that held his whole fabric together, it fell apart, man. And unfortunately, he was like the Lion King, man. He went and fell out into the great outdoors, man. It ain't nothing but wolves, hyenas, and things like that like the scavenge, man. And somehow, some way, you know, some other people got into his life and things became much more different for that man. I mean, his whole upbringing, it was tough coming up as a child. Then you finally get some sanctuary where you can feel at peace, feel at home, feel like you got somebody that care and truly love you. And then you back out to the world who don't love you. They only love the fact that you provide them entertainment. It's tough. It's truly tough, man. And
My
I
man
think
behind the hand says being famous is not normal. And then we're surprised when folks, their behavior is out of whack or out of alignment or misaligned with what we consider to be normal. Like, hell yeah, that dude weird as hell. Because everywhere you go, people telling you, you the man, you the man, you the man. Hey, what's going on, champ? That shit is not normal. Most of us, 99.9% of us do not deal with that. In just like everyday life, people wanting to take pictures with us, people wanting a piece of paper or a T-shirt signed, or people throwing things at us, not literally, but you know, figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, hey champ, hey champ, hey champ, hey champ, or just people just wanting to be around. Like that
nah,
has to
man.
be the ultimate like mind fuck to be dealing with things like that. Cuddy, I can't speak for everybody, but I'll say for me, what I consider to be a big fight, I will say anytime any of these guys are in the championship fight, regardless of who's it's against, regardless of opponent, if you're in a championship fight, in my opinion, that is a significant fight. It's a very significant fight because you got to think about the percentage of fighters who don't make it there. When we talk about the guys that we speak about on a regular basis on these platforms, we're talking about an extremely small percentage of fighters. We talked about this before, just as far as the lightweight division, right? You got over 2,500 active lightweights. If you're ranked in the top 50, bro, you are in fucking rarefied air. There's over 2,500 active lightweights. And in each division, at least as far as men's boxing is concerned, there's over 2,000 active participants. And we got however many divisions. So we have tens of thousands of fighters that are out there. And only a handful of them make it to the championship level for various reasons, whether it be discipline, skill, fortitude, the politics of boxing. For whatever reason, you only have a small percentage that make it to the world stage. You know what I'm saying? And they're fighting for a championship. So if you do happen to make it there, if you're fortunate enough to where all the stars align, where you got the talent and then you also have the politics in your favor, then you're doing something pretty special. And oftentimes we reduce these guys, especially when they lose. Like, oh, he lost all his big fights. It's like, nah. Shit, if you're Canelo Alvarez, think about how many championship fights he's been in. So to only lose 3 of them out of God knows how many championship fights has he been in? It's been over 20, right? So to only lose 3 of them, that's pretty damn good.
Right. Damn good. I hit that like
hey.
button, man. Let's keep rolling.
For sure. Hey, but it was excellent commentary. Excellent conversation, man. And even though you got some detractors, man, you know.
My boy be up here chefing up. I was enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, we already know. We already know how Ant get down.
My boy usually, I'm usually always talking, so I have to leave some room for my guy to get his balls off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got them bars off. That boy went legendary with it, dog.
No, that's what I'm saying, Angel. It's excellent. It's excellent. To be like 24-3 or whatever the hell he is in championship fights, that is excellent. That is excellent. You know, to bring it to basketball, it's like when people try to diminish LeBron James for making it to the finals 10 times and only winning 4 of them. It's like, bro, a lot of guys never make it to the finals at all.
LeBron
Shit,
James.
so if you could lose 6 of them, like, damn, and still win 4, like, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Facts.
You got some of these guys that would give their firstborn just to play in the finals, let alone win one.
Well, you know, you know, man. And the cold part about it is like we talking as people who've never done what they've done. That be the thing that kills me.
That's why
like
we
you said, man.
That utmost respect. Unless you can get in there and do that shit and show me what you talking about, bro. Don't tell me what you talking about. Show me. See how they gotta show us. We tell them to put up and shut up. Yeah, go show me you could do that shit. They don't. Then I believe.
And tell them about the white mamba.
Or even if you can't do what they're doing in your respective field, are you considered amongst like the 1 percentile or whatever the hell it is, the 1%?
Right.
Like if you're a truck driver, do you have something that states, man, this guy, his performance is exemplary. Like he's paragon. He is the best of all truck drivers. Hell, if you're a janitor, do you have something that states, man, this motherfucker mops the floor like nobody's business? This guy, man, employee of the month, employee of the year. Do you got plaques? Do you have anything that says like you are excellent? You are the cream of the crop in your respective field. If you're a damn police officer, where your medals at? If you're a damn school teacher, what is your student success rate? How many of them have gone on to XYZ as a result of your tutelage? So the way I see it is, you don't necessarily got to be a boxer, get in the ring, get punched in the face. But if you're talking about these guys who are among the best of the best in their respective fields, where the hell do you rank in yours? And I can tell you off the bat, I was doing paratransit for 5 years. I was not. I got one accommodation. I wasn't decorated like that. I was not among the best of the best of the best. And I've been around some of these guys that got like medals all over their jackets and shit. That was not me. I was decent at my job. I went there, collect my paycheck, that was it. But I was not the Bud Crawford of fucking paratransit. That was not me. I was more like Usma Lima or somebody like that.
Good homie. Terence Crawford's a fan, man, just like Canelo. Yeah, man, you do. Love the way them dudes hold down their families, bro. That's why I say, man, he got something to fight for bigger than outside of himself, man. He got people looking up to him, his kids. Man, that shit just dope, bro.
Hey, 12-3. My man Ewan was a great player, dog. He ain't lying. You know, we got to look him up, dog. Hey, look up White Mamba, too. White Mama known as like, yeah, Scalabrini, baby. I tell my cousins every single time when they be calling people trash, like, yeah. What you think about White Mama? Who White Mama? I said, my man Scalabrini out of USC. Look him up. They look at him and they looked up his rating at the basketball index where they rate the players 1 through something, and he was like very tail end. I said, now that very tail end player played the #1 college player, the #1 NBA DL League or G League player, #1 high school recruit, and countless other people. I said nobody got over 3 points on that brother. And he was slow. He was unathletic and everything. That boy was giving them buckets.
Yeah. I agree, Darren. I agree. Because in order to be considered the best, it's not always about performance, but also that fine, that intersection where performance and notoriety meet. Because you can be good all day, but if nobody knows you, who the hell is going to recognize you as the best?
Right.
So I agree. Yeah. If you ain't making no waves, you ain't making no waves. You could be excellent all day.
Shout out to Cuddy. I feel you, bro. Nah, I mean, look, it's gonna always be tougher to say Bud is greater than Floyd because the only way to be able to prove that if they actually fought, it will always just be a debate or a good conversation, right? But I'll just urge you to understand that you don't really got to pick, bro. Floyd was undoubtedly great of his time, and Bud is too. And I think what we could all agree on is that they cut from the same cloth. I don't care who you think better. They both cut from the same cloth, right? Floyd, man, that shit ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. Like, he had two different careers almost. Like, that shit is very impressive. He spent the first part putting in that pain, fighting guys, taking the risk. Then he spent the other part learning the game, making business moves, making the most money. Like, I'm sorry, I respect it because he showed you he got his hands dirty. He fought those guys that you like, man. What's that like? You look at how big Diego Corrales, R.I.P. to him. Look how big he was compared to Floyd. Yo, dude was like 6 foot. Floyd was in there. Talking about belt the ass. We wasn't even saying that back then, but you want to talk about belting somebody's ass? Yo, he was whooping his ass, man. Like, he really, really, I don't know, man. I ain't too many people you seen put hands on somebody that way. Like, disrespectful, like, too. Man, like, we all know Chop gave him a good fight. Man, they had that moment in there. Shut up and fight. Shut up and fight. I'm like, yo, I love this dude. Yo. Shut up. Stop crying and fight. Stop crying and fight.
You making an excellent point. And that's why it's important for us to be able to remain level-headed when we have these discussions and not get swept up by emotion or sentiment.
Yeah.
Because everything I said about Ali in relation to Floyd, you could also say, hey, it doesn't matter what the hell Floyd says. It doesn't matter how he's carried himself.
Right.
The proof is in the pudding.
Right.
The evidence. We could still go back and watch these fights. Like you said, Diego Corrales, shit, one of the most one-sided ass whoopings we've ever seen of one Hall of Famer of another. The goddamn Arturo Gotti fight.
Man.
He beat the shit out of Arturo Gotti. R.I.P. Thunder. And that man is a Hall of Famer.
He was beating his ass, yo. That shit was looking like it was looking unfair after a while. I was like, yo, he don't have a shot in hell. Like, you know how people usually got a puncher's chance? You know it's bad when you don't even have that. He didn't even have that. That shit was like somebody to ask Floyd to paint a Picasso, Floyd, with your fist. And there you go. Just watch that fight. He was kicking his ass. And what was it? He had Diego Corrales chick sitting ringside, bro. The dude while Floyd was beating his ass. He was sitting over there. I think what my guy told me, sitting there with Jay Prince and them, man, they had to do ex-wife or something. Diego chick out there in the crowd, bro. I'm like, wow, diabolical, man. Way back then, they was playing the mind games, bro. Shout out to Behind the Hands, man. He brought that story up. He was telling me about that. I'm like, yeah, Floyd was on some bullshit.
Diego was going through it, man. Diego was going through it.
Kicking his ass. I'm like, bro, beating him to the punch. He couldn't do nothing with Floyd. It was like, shit. This dude just levels above you. I just no other way to look at it. He just was too fast, right? Just too much of an athlete, too much Floyd that night. He was catching boom, 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 like quick shit, getting out of there. I'm like, yo, this dude, yo, that's an embarrassing. Hey, beat his ass, bro. Floyd disrespectful, man. I'm telling you.
Chico was tough as hell though, because he wasn't about to quit. They had to stop that one. They had to save him from himself. Because we all seen that fight, the one with Castillo. He got dropped multiple times in that fight too. Came back and won.
Love it, yo. Love it, bro. I love the way he came back in that fight, bro, and stopped him. Man, I love that fight. I love that shit.
Chico was not gonna lay down. Like he typifies you gotta save a guy from himself. Like that is him. Like all the way through and through. All the way through and through. Cuddy said Floyd ended his career with Conor McGregor and Bud ended his with Canelo. Which one would you choose? I don't think that you even have to. Because we also got to look at the way that Floyd started his career. Like once he started fighting in championship fights against guys like Gennaro Hernandez. Shit. We just Diego Corrales, that's another Hall of Famer. Toro Gotti, another Hall of Famer. Shit, he done fought Shane Mosley, he done fought Manny Pacquiao, he's fought Oscar De La Hoya, so on and so forth. Fought a lot of guys.
Dismantled Marquez.
I forgot about Marquez. Fought Marquez.
Dismantled that man. And I've never seen Marquez get taken apart like that.
Marquez, you said? You said Marquez?
Yeah, Just you remember Marquez, dude? I thought got robbed of three of the Pac-Man fights.
The PP man.
Yeah. You talking about Juan Manuel Marquez?
The PP man.
But you know what? I don't know about y'all. I was so tired of seeing him lose and not get the nod that last one that they fought. Guess what? I was like, I'm not even watching it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to know nothing because they gonna allow Pacquiao to win. I swear in my mind, bro, I'm like, there's no need to watch that shit. Not watching it. But I'm a junkie. So as soon as I woke up, I still remember I wasn't even out the bed. And that's the first thing that popped in my head. I wonder what happened in that fight. And I remember, I think ESPN was still something I used to go to. Man, I remember going there and that shit loading up, you know, your screen loading up and it's loading up that picture. And I seen Pacquiao laying out. I said, what? I said, I missed it in real time. So y'all still to this day, I didn't see it like when it happened. I had to go watch it because I already had a predetermined outcome. I was just through with they fights. It was like they was good, but I'm like, they're going to keep giving it to
some great fights.
Popular. Marquez can't get it. And now the only way, I'm like, he got to knock him out. And I'm like, I don't think he's going to knock him out, man. So that point on, I was like, I'll never do it. I will never make that mistake again. Ever. Ever, bro. I had to wake up. That shit loaded slow. I said, damn it. Yo, bro, what? Man, I was pissed, yo. Like, damn, I didn't get to see him get slept. Pissed off, bro. But when I watched it and then I seen Manny get up and his energy, I said, I like this dude. I like him. I do. Man, he got up and he just had this look like, all right, so, all right.
Manny's special.
I'm like, what? Like, he don't give a. I'm like, yeah, I like him. No complaining, no whining, no nothing. Nah, yeah, Manny. I like this dude. I like him. But I wanted to, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I wanted to see him lose one of them to Marquez, and that was the one.
Yeah, man. I love me some Pacquiao. Well, I was a little upset with those fights, but hey, they were great fights, bro. And you know, the sad thing is we diminish the fighters, man, because of how we feel about somebody. But those fights, man, they were everything. And like you said, to finally get to see him travail, man, and the way, like you said, more importantly, the way that Pacquiao responded, man, he responded like a true champ.
He said, "My boy scream, oh my God, he killed Pacquiao." Shout out to Rome.
The coldest part about that.
Let's talk about it. Pac-Man definitely 1 out of the 4. Yeah, see, that's fair. Let's talk boxing. I think that's fair. He said, "I was happy to have Mark." Hey, Mike, I don't feel bad, bro. You ain't the only one, man. I was like, yes, but it wasn't nothing personal. Like it just. All right, let me tell you why I wanted to see him win. Because I feel like he was getting like a raw deal. I'm like, bro, you can't give him one win, one of them decisions. Damn, them fights was good. Like, and I'm like, he can't get one. Shit. And I'm like, damn. So that in my mind, I'm like, bro, why is he fighting him again? I was almost annoyed at the notion that they was fighting again. I was like, bro, who the hell actually? Well, I'm not watching. Then my junkie ass waking up first thing in the morning, load my phone up, my ESPN loading up slow. I see somebody folded, belly down, know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, what in the slip and slide? What in the human slip and slide is going on? I missed this shit in real time. And then it's funny because Pacquiao was putting hands on his ass then. He just caught him. He was putting hands on him then. Had his shit leaking. I was like, bro, they just make great fights. They're made to make a good. You will never get a boring fight out of them. Ever. They fight too. Marquez got way too much dog in him, way too much heart. And Pacquiao make enough mistakes. Like their styles complement each other, and they can get a hand on each other. But with Floyd, like he made that shit like night and day.
Man, just you know, I was nervous about that fight because I knew how great Marquez was. I mean, I wasn't fooled that he wasn't great. So I thought it was going to be difficult. I still thought Floyd was going to win because he's Floyd. But the way he took Marquez apart, nobody. I'm talking about Keith Sweat. Nobody ever disassembled him.
Good with it. Sharif Whitehead said Floyd was ducking. Who Floyd ducked? Sharif, the reason he got knocked out because he got robbed against Tim Bradley. Huh? You feel like he got knocked out because he got robbed against Tim Bradley? Those two things don't got nothing to do with each other. Floyd was ducking who? Pacquiao. Man, look, I know that you probably got your mind made up. You probably felt like that for years, but think about something. Imagine convincing yourself a guy that's ducking is only demanding an Olympic-style drug testing, right? That they ended up taking anyway when they fought. If he would have been able to, like, just prove that, like, you get what I'm saying? That, to me, Floyd had his reasons. He said what he said. I don't like to get into it because I don't want to be the guy putting no jackets on nobody. I'm really consistent with that. But I seen Pacquiao body and head shape size when he was at, like, 108. I seen it. Seen him get knocked out. Seen him look like a much different specimen through the years. I'm gonna just leave that there. I ain't got no positive test, so I ain't gonna put it on him. But I'm gonna just say Floyd raised my eyebrow, and then like I remember doing my homework and seeing shit, and he just turned into damn near unbeatable at a point, and the shit looked crazy. Like he was beating the absolute shit out of these people, bro. Them fights wasn't even really, man. Remember Margarito eyes still fucked up from when they fought. Man, my God, he was whooping his ass. I'm like, yo, Pac-Man is a little devil, bro. This little dude, a little devil. Do not let him fool you, his nice ass. He'd get in there and commence to beating your ass, man. And Manny Pacquiao, he don't got no love for you in between that square circle, bro. You in there, your ass is cooked. I'm telling you, buzzsaw. He in there throwing all kind of punches, man. Hard shits too. He whooped De La Hoya ass. Like, look how much bigger these guys was than him. Them big ass dudes, he in there just beating them big ass guys. But that's not regular, bro. It's not regular. I'll have you know, it's not regular, but very impressive. I mean, I respect Pacquiao in his career, man. I do. Shout out to the Philippines, man. They got them one, man. They got them one in Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man Pacquiao. They got one, y'all. They got them one.
I'm over here reading this article, man. Lima's talking that talk. I like what I'm hearing. I hope he provides some resistance.
You said who?
Lima.
Oh yeah, he talking some stuff.
Yeah. Reading this article on Boxing Scene. Lima talking about Boots does everything well, but me too. I work hard. I have good footwork. I have an explosive punch. I think they made a big mistake. Come on, Lima. I need you to make good on that. And then hopefully he performs well enough to where if, Boots does what many of us believe he will do, then he'll get some credit for it and be like, all right, see, look, Lima was a good opponent. We just ain't know who the hell he was. But he can't just go out there and lay an egg, though. You got to get busy. You got to handle business.
Right.
Manny's speed was otherworldly, man. Like, in his prime, that speed was something else. That speed was crazy. R.I.P. to Ricky Hatton. It was only one. A couple months ago, I rewatched their fight. And that couldn't have been a more picture-perfect knockout. He laid the man down right in the middle of the rock star decal in the ring. It's like a perfect rectangle. His ass was laid out. R.I.P. Ricky Hatton right there in the middle of the decal in the ring.
Right. Shout out to Ricky Hatton, man. R.I.P. to Ricky Hatton.
To the hitman.
The hitman, yo. Cause I ain't gonna lie, he had the city turned, man. When he was fighting Floyd, bro. His people traveled with him.
Yeah,
you
they did.
Thought he was at home, yo. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. That's how you knew they loved him. They traveled with him. That shit. Remember how I felt? Like, I'm like, look at this shit. I was like, bro, you sure Floyd is? You get me? Like, Ricky ain't home, bro. This shit look crazy. And he forced Floyd to knock him out. Forced it. He forced. I was like, Floyd like a cat, bro, and in a good way. You force him to fight you gonna get it,
bro. Any young fighter out there wants to know how to execute the check hook. That is the fight to watch. Floyd's check hook was money. That fight.
You know who got a pretty good one? I ain't gonna say it's on Floyd level, but you know who got a pretty nice left hook. I mean, check hook. I had the clip showing my boy catching dudes with that check left hook. I said he got one. I like the fact that it's in his arsenal. You know,
gotta have it.
What I would like to see though, I think I seen. Did he do the pull counter in his Zepeda fight? I'm trying to think. I need to see that. I want to see that more like Floyd. That's almost like a lost art, man. That pull counter was one of the prettiest moves ever, man. And he'd keep hitting you with that shit. This shit look crazy. And getting out of the way. Boom, knock your head back, get out the way. You sitting there, look, he was doing Robert Guerrero, filthy. The pull counter, Marquez pull counter. Floyd was a demon in there, bro. Definitely a demon.
Nah, he was setting that pull counter up to perfection.
Then when he did the Gotti, man, I was a big Gotti fan.
You never know with Floyd, bro. But you know what? While I got y'all here, I did want to change gears for a second. Something that is coming up, because I do want to talk about it with y'all, you know, because we junkies and we like fights. And look, I ain't tripping. I get it. It ain't the name that you wanted to see the most, but it's never that. You got to think about the layoff, the time off, the knockout loss. They're gonna get them they're gonna get them they're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get him a fight that more than likely he can win.
I'm sorry, say that again, Just.
I like the fight though, honestly.
You know, after the knockout loss from Tank and the layoff, the time that he's been off, like they're not gonna get him the most dangerous opponent out there. They're gonna put him in a winnable fight. I know people hate to hear that, but think about that. That would be bad on his team if they put him in a fight that he's more than likely gonna lose, coming off a loss. Nah, he took the biggest fight that he could have got, right, in Tank Davis. And hey, and real quick, I just want to shoot down this narrative, bro. He didn't turn down the fight with Shakur because he knew he was getting a Tank fight. That's a fucking lie. People got to stop trying to make it seem like he stole it. Nah, that didn't happen. That's two separate situations, bro. As in fact, it was an easy fight to make because he's on that side and he not signed to the PBC. People just be making up their own facts, man. God damn, man. Show me where he ain't signed to the PBC. Man, they was like, you know, that's why he turned down the no, that's not why. He said it was the money. And then he lied and said they didn't tell him how much money he was getting paid. When that's the first thing they discuss. I know that directly from my man that put together fights. That's the first thing they're gonna tell you is your money. Because other than that, what's the incentive? What they gonna tell you? Your opponent, the location, and they're not gonna let you know how much you're getting paid. Shit don't even make sense. His ass was lying on Queens of the Ring. I had to call that out real quick because they pissing me off. Newsflash, bro. Tank ain't never stole nobody's fight. He don't have to. Nobody turns down that opportunity with him anyway. You'll be a fool. You get me? And that's just not how the business. This ain't the streets. Yeah, let me go steal his fight. Like, that shit don't. It might have looked that way, but nah, bro. Just an easy fight to make because of the people that he worked with. Get what I'm saying? Easy fight to make, man. And it was more money for him. Simple. He got that little that he wanted, and he took it. I would have took it too. That's why I ain't never call him no dub. Shout out to Frank Martin, and I'm glad to see him back in the ring. He need to be back in the ring. He deserve it, bro. He don't deserve to be out this long. And I get it. It be business and shit like that going on. He said it wasn't him. Why the reason he's been out? It ain't been him. So I like to see him back. Rances Barthelemy, not the craziest name, but he experienced guy. Somebody that should put up some resistance and test Frank Martin to see what he working with. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? See what he working with.
I like the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the fight. I think Bartholomew a hell of an opponent.
Mm-hmm. Remember, he gave Russell some interesting go before that fight got stopped.
And that was a stoppage that was kind of suspect on top of that.
Yeah, it was. It was. Because Bartholomew definitely had something left in the tank. When he waved it off and he protested, you could tell what variety of stoppage it was.
Yeah.
And it's not to take away from Gary Antoine, but you know how it is, like the house favorite.
Yeah.
Follow the money type situations.
One of them quick ones.
Talk to him, man.
Because if it were the other way around and Rances had Gary Antoine in a similar predicament, they would have gave him the opportunity to fight his way through it.
Absolutely. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. Always supporting. He said, RIP to Hatton. He came to fight, win or lose. He absolutely did. He had no quitting. Make sure, man, double tap that screen for us, man. Double tap that screen or just hit the like button. Sub to the channel. We're going to keep building for a little bit on this Good Friday. Appreciate my brothers coming up here to rock out with me too, man. But,
I appreciate you having it open, folks.
Always. It's a good fight. I see different takes. Like people like, man, had him on the show for a while. Now they're giving him one of the, weak fights. But I understand. But I just think coming off that loss, it was always going to be a more winnable fight. It wasn't going to be the biggest of names. And look, you can't just completely guarantee him a win, right? You got to fight this dude. You got to
you definitely got to fight him.
You got to earn it.
You definitely got to earn it against him, man. That dude's a fighter. Bartholomew Rances ain't no joke. I hope he's looking like he is in this picture down here on the bottom of it, man, because that means he in some serious shape. I don't know if he want to be that huff, but we know Frank Martin to be very askew. His muscles.
John, I got 5 on it.
I want to know. I want to know if part of it, like you said, the business was it. Securing the training part down and who's going to be training him and things like that. I mean, because you know who that will be.
Yeah, I forgot. He definitely not with Derrick James, but I think they like cordial or something. I don't think there's no beef there. He spoke on it. He got a different trainer though. He got one, but it ain't. I forget who it is, but it ain't. Damn, but it ain't Derrick James no more. It's crazy. He don't got none of the people he's training. He got Alicia Baumgartner right now. It's crazy, but yeah, man. I forgot he spoke on it, but I forgot who he said his trainer was.
I'm very excited to see, his bounce back fight, man. He's been out for a while, so to get that rust off and to get things acclimated to the new division, man, that's a hell of an opponent to come back to. So I'm excited. I'm excited for him to see how he does at a weight that's probably more friendly for him too. Because he clearly was maxing out his body at 35.
Right, he was cooked in his last fight at 35.
Yeah, I mean that what was it? The weigh-in or not the weigh-in, but the press conference? No, I think it was the weigh-in. The weigh-in, man, where he just didn't look right. He didn't look right. He looked like he needed Needed him a bump up in that scale. So I'm eager to look forward to how he does. Because remember, he beat somebody that had a fast track to greatness or to the path for success. And Michelle, was it Michelle Michael? Baby Ali, Michelle Rivera. Yeah, there we go. And Rivera looked good his next fight when he went up. He looked really good. So I'm hoping that he would have that type of bounce back.
All right. Yeah, and that was a hell of a performance for Frank, man. He showed his bag, I think, in that fight for sure. And he had a guy that was resistant enough to show what he had, his arsenal, right? Because it was just a good showing. And I think that opened some people's eyes about Frank Martin more. You know what I'm saying? Really good, strong performance. And he beat the guy on diuretics. You know what I mean? People say PEDs, but I believe it was banned diuretics of some sort. He said somebody in his team gave him some shit, and I think he ended up firing some people, if I'm not mistaken. But you know what I mean? Definitely a good win. You know, Tank fight. Look, he did good in that. Let's talk about it. He did good in that. He ain't get ran out of the gym in that. Like, he started out really, really strong. It's just the experience of Tank and the pressure, man. That shit had him burning the candle at both ends, man. He was moving, getting clipped body shots, and Tank started applying that pressure, bro. He just made up his mind that I'm gonna just walk this guy down. He don't got it. He's smart. That's Tank knew. Smart fighter, bro. He knew that Frank didn't have the experience, bro. He put that pressure on him, and then he got comfortable. Like, and you can't show that dude no patterns, bro. Not like that, not back to back like that. You gotta mix it up. You walking yourself in the corner, walking into. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna be good for you at all.
and I think one of the tells that he showed in that fight too that Tank picked up was he liked to exit away from Tank's hand, his power hand, so he kept moving away from that left.
Yeah.
So Tank said, you know what, you gonna have to move a different way.
Yeah. He's
and like you said, that made him move a lot more, and I think, like you said, he was burning a candle on both ends. And
I don't think he was scared, Cuddy.
He wasn't scared.
He's inexperienced, bro. I think that's what you probably felt. Like, that's just inexperience, right? I don't think he was scared because he boxed beautifully, bro. He put some rounds in the bank too. Remember, he had a nice ass little bruise or whatever on Tank's face. Remember, he was landing some good shots, but Tank was fighting in a way that, like, I know he can't keep this up, and it was really smart for him to do it. Now, it wasn't no rehydration clause or none of that for that fight. This is the thing. It's a myth out there. It's some misinformation. Bro, Tank, the fights that had rehydration clauses was Ryan and Barrios, I believe. And you can understand in both cases why those guys were having. Ryan just got tricked because he a fool anyway. But anybody that wanted to fight Tank and they at 135, nobody had a rehydration clause or none of that. He don't do that for anybody that's in the actual weight class. Remember, Rolly made the weight. Rolly was like 165, I believe, on fight night, Coach Calvin said. And that's 3 pounds shy of a super middleweight. Tank went there and starched him. You see what I'm saying? So Tank is a smart guy, and it ain't just him. I'm willing to bet you money it's not him making them decisions by himself. I'm willing to bet anything. People are smart. They like, yo, you got the power to do this, bro. This dude ain't gonna fight you in your weight class, and he gonna be big as hell. Now we're gonna put this stipulation on him. It's just smart. You get what I'm saying? It's crossing T's, dotting I's. If I have the power to make certain moves to make sure that I'm keeping this shit on the even playing field, I'm gonna do it. And that's what people don't do. You know, if Ryan really was concerned about weight and shit, he should have just squares down and made 135 pounds and then probably rehydrated the same way Rolly did. But when you not smart and you get tricked out of your spot and you lazy, oh yeah, Ryan, let's do 136. Dumbass, I don't care what you say. Make that pound, bro. Make that pound and rehydrate. So you ain't got no reason to be trying to complain and cry that, you know. As far as Frank, he had a tough weight cut for Artem. He already said that. So that right there let me know that he had another one. That's not on Tank. That's on him. Get what I'm saying? That's what people don't be realizing. That ain't on Tank. He ain't do nothing. It's nothing he did wrong. They was on an even playing field. Frank Martin signed up for the fight. And listen, he was either going to get knocked out by Tank or cooked by Shakur. I'm telling you, he wasn't beating Shakur. I don't give a damn who out there saying it. Man, I needed that fight to happen because that was the first time I would have really got people to bet me, man. Damn. Can't never get nobody to bet. Where y'all be finding these people at too, man? I'm a little jealous, bro. Where the hell y'all be finding these people at, bro?
So I think they didn't catch the fact that if Ryan would have made the 135, he would have been able to come in at any weight he wanted to.
Yes.
It was Ryan who pushed for the catch weight. And because he pushed for the catch weight, he conceded, but said if we do a catch weight, we're going to do a rehydration clause as well. Now, I mean, I think Ryan, more so than anything, should have said, nah, I want to come in full and fresh. So let me go on and get this 1 more pound off of me. But
shout out to Ron. Nah, Tank, listen, man. I say this all the time, bro. Any man that get in that square circle got balls, bro. But you gotta, what people are like, they racking their brain on. We know what we want to see and what we want for guys, but people don't listen to the fighters when they talk. And that dude has clearly been about that bread, man. And I hate keep saying the same thing, but it's that. You really think he's scared of anybody? Think he's scared of Shakur? Shakur, y'all know Shakur, my guy, but you really think he's scared of him? What's the chances of that? Do we want to lose? Absolutely not. But I do feel like he broke the mold. He found a way to be able to make money consistently. And his legacy is just going to be able to read something different, man. Like I said, man, he's going to be able to make a lot of money and maybe affect a lot of change in a positive way, right? With the money that he's made from boxing. Maybe that's what his legacy going to read. He's a legend from Baltimore, right? Maybe he got to be the legend in the actual sport of boxing when you're talking about the greats and the ones that beat all. That's not his fight. I don't think he gives a damn. And I know with the talent that he possessed, people feels like, damn, you cutting yourself short. But is he really? Is he really, though? How if it never was his goals? And I mean that. He said it. He said it. I heard him say it. I don't care about that legacy stuff. He said, man, I just want my money and I'll get up out of here. And that's what it is. It's like, hold on, y'all want something different than I want. And it ain't like, oh, I'm scared of this one, that one. But it's like, bro, I'm doing this shit my way. I don't have all the answers, but I'm just spitballing, man. I'm trying to think as logically as possible. But nobody that's been fighting since 6 years old is scared to get in the ring with people, right? Or do you want to lose? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But that dude, the poverty-stricken situation he beat is tougher than anybody that's gonna be in the fucking ring. I mean that. So for me, I feel like I get it. He got molded to make money by Floyd. He got taught the game. Floyd was saying that y'all fight each other. Y'all don't worry about Tank. We doing us. He said this shit. Like, so when you start getting told something and you like, hold on, I'm able to make this money. And no matter who I fight, they showing up. These people love me. I'm going to give you a knockout. I'm going to do the backflip off the top rope. And they going to love this shit. And they do. So as loud as people think they cries are about who he fighting and who he ain't unifying, look at the numbers that he's able to put up no matter what, despite all of that. They don't care. They love the dude. So I feel like he like, bro, I don't have to fight y'all to prove that. Y'all got to prove y'all on my level. I make more money than y'all, sell more tickets. I'm knocking shit out. You get me? The people care about everything I do. Is like, I just feel like in a strange way, like, bro, I ain't got to fight them dudes. It might sound crazy, but he like, Brian, what? Why? Look what he said. Like, what they do? What is these dudes doing? Like, for me to fight them. So, do I agree with it? No, but I think it's deeper than being scared, man. I do, yo. These is grown men. They ain't scared of each other, bro, to get punched in the face. But you know, like, I think guys got plans. I think boxing is a business. I think when you make as much money as Tank, your fights are gonna take a lot. You know, you're gonna put a lot into your fights. It ain't gonna just be no 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's jump in there. Hey, fight the court. That shit sound good in hindsight, but like I said, man, it gotta make sense for them. And let's be real, man. People want to put their guys in fights that they know for sure they're gonna win, and that's Shakur included. All right, I want to be very clear, bro. That's these guys' job is to put the people that they work for, the fighters that they work for, in situations where they're successful, not losing. You get what I'm saying? That people do not want to accept that shit. That is a reality, a harsh one, depending on who you're talking to. Their job is not to put their fighters in the toughest fights possible. So the fans could be like, yeah, that's no. Nah, these dudes will never make the money they trying to get to, right? So that's why you're going to see strategic moves being made, calculated risks, shit like that. And then people will sit there and complain. But, I mean, shit, how would you run your business? Take the fighter out of the name. Just think of it as business, right? You're going to put your business in the best situation to succeed, right? It's the same shit with a fighter. Yeah, they'll take challenges. Yeah, they'll take risks. Yeah, they'll fight those other guys, them risky fights. But that shit gonna come. It's gonna be a payoff at the end. It's gonna make sense. I think ultimately it might be that, bro. I assume that, it's so much amount of money if they fight, but we don't know who's putting up the money because they ain't got that far. Get what I'm saying? So it's just a lot, man.
It's a lot, man. Unfortunately, it is, and people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes to make the fight.
Yeah,
hopefully, hopefully
you ain't scared. Trust me, but
neither one of them scared.
You get me? Like communication has to be a thing. Like right now, it's posturing because truth be told, they can continue to make millions of dollars not fighting each other. All of them could. They know that. That's why the conversation when they be like, "Who need to fight more?" You sound like a fucking fan. Oh well, one such and such need to fight more because this one make more money. What the hell are y'all? That's exactly why I'm confused as to his biggest fans and how they argue for him. On one end, you're telling me he's about the legacy, he want to fight all of these people. Then on the other end, you talking about the money and how these guys need him and don't need to fight. So which one is it? Do he want to fight these guys or do he not need to fight? And he could just keep going. He's like, y'all making the wrong arguments. The reality is them teams, them people, them folk got to sit down and they have to discuss with each other how to get a fight hashed out. Other than that, we ain't never going to see it. We're going to just be arguing about it. But, and I just know better. I know better. And I follow the careers closely. And, for both of them, you can't say they've ever turned down a fight. Neither one of them. So don't sell me that they scared shit. I'm trying to hear
I refuse to believe they're scared. They hopping in that ring, dog. Too many things can go wrong.
Scared of what?
Yeah, too many things can go wrong for them not to be up in there trying to fight. Well, they want to fight. They just gotta do what's necessary to get to the fight.
It's not a trash fight. He coming off a long ass layoff and a knockout loss, bro. Think reasonably, fam. Like what fight they gonna put him in there with a champion or something? It's not a trash fight. Barthelemy's not a trash fighter. He's an experienced vet that got some L's. He don't got a whole.
Oh no, he not talking about Barthelemy. He talking about the Tank Jake Paul fight. He talking about that fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you talking about the Jake Paul fight?
Yeah, he talking about that fight. He ain't talking about the Barthelemy, Frank Martin.
Barthelemy joint. Yeah, that's not trash. Yeah, that fight not trash at all. It's just like you got to think, like, bro, when guys lose, now they get look. Think about it. They did their job successfully by getting him the biggest opportunity possible with Tank. All right, that's as far as they can do. They can't fight for him. Okay, granted, he lose the fight. No biggie. Boom. 29 others at the time lost to Tank. You get me? So ain't no harm there. But after that, what you think? Their job don't stop. They got to find a man the next opportunity. So think about how long he's been out. So now you got to consider that a layoff, right? Now add in the knockout loss. They're gonna put him in a fight that is, something that he can win, where he can look good. I'm only speaking this way because I understand a little bit better, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes these guys, they'll go get thrown in there with a wolf, but that should be rare occasions, bro, because it's just not smart. Get what I'm saying? People got to build their confidence. Think about it. He got stretched in a fight. He was doing well, very well, and got knocked out. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to take your ass back to the drawing board. You don't go back in there with another Tank. After that, you start. You slow walk it, bro. You go, you trying a new division. Consider that stuff, right? I ain't gonna say it's the best fight in the world, but it ain't a trash fight because you ain't got no trash fighters fight. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just talk about it.
He a vet and he can fight, bro. He gonna fight for resistance, but I think Frank gonna beat him.
Yeah, I think Frank rises to the occasion, man. I'm hoping to see him in good health too.
October 25th joint. Keep Thurman Fundora. They saying for that one. So I like
it. Yeah, man. I mean, I think Frank, he gonna get back Get back to the grind. I'm pretty sure he been in that gym, putting in that work, getting himself ready. I know he's been anxiously awaiting.
Right.
And hell, the after witnessing what Bud did, man, I think that's gonna motivate a lot of fighters.
Right.
To go up in there to be the best version of themselves and put everything they got into it. So hell, I know he was on a trajectory before this fight, before he had took this hiatus. So ain't no reason why it should stop, man. And I think that Barthelemy, perfect person to come against on your way back, man, because he ain't no tough. I mean, he ain't no easy out, and he a tremendous talent with his boxing. Now, all he got to do is just try to put it together.
Right.
So you got Frank coming in here with somebody that's is really talented, and it's a test.
Think about it. Rances is 39, Bud about to be 38. What we saying? We ain't learned nothing in that fight with him and Canelo. It's not the age that makes you old. It's the miles on that biological clock, man. It's the wear and tear on the body. It's the fights. Do we know Barthelemy to have a bunch of tough ass fights, wars and shit like that? Now I ain't saying he still ain't got no wear and tear and mileage, obviously at 39, but you understand what I'm saying? Everybody, all 39s ain't the same, don't hit the same, right?
He looked good in his last fight.
He looked damn good in his last fight versus Ramirez.
For sure.
But the problem is, people don't be seeing these fights, bro. I know for a fact because they not referencing nothing. As far as being trash, I don't even know where they be getting these assessments from. That's why I say we just naturally conditioned to be negative towards boxers, man. If that's trash, bro, imagine how many people he better than. Damn, bro, boxing in bad shape, bro. I ain't saying he no world beater, none of that. I know he older, longer in the tooth, but hey, man, I know talent, man. The man can fight, bro. Man can fight. He said, "Who's scary?"
Hey, Ron, who else is scary?
Yeah.
Give us the list of the top scariest fighters, man. Because you got like a
special. Yeah,
it's starting to have a little.
He said, "Why easy word boxer said why Shakur Stevenson." How old are you? Seriously, you got a boxing channel talking like that? I know you ain't got no channel saying that, bro. You can't possibly, bro. Let me just make this make sense to you real fast. Andy Cruz is going what direction, bro? You know what sanctioning body Andy Cruz ranked in? You know which direction he headed? The IBF route. You know who got that IBF belt? Raymond Morataya, bro. Shakur got the WBC strap. He not going that way. You think they trying to put him in there with Shakur right now? What you think if they picking for a title fight, first one for Andy Cruz, which one you think they're gonna try to get him? Morataya or Shakur? Be honest. You can't duck somebody that is not even in your path right now. You get what I'm saying? And you're not even chasing the belt down in your sanctioning body where you have the belt at, right? You're not chasing down the WBC. And from what I understand, I think Raymond Morataya was supposed to get a fight in, and they was going to revisit that because I think he is mandatory, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I talked about that, but that's the direction you're going. So it's really not a Shakur thing. It's more so, it's the direction they want to go. Shakur trying to fight Teo, and is his number one. Yeah, Shakur trying to fight Teo at 140 because that shit legacy. That'll make him a 4-division champion. And he got that WBO and ring mag up there, don't he? At 40. Yeah, core one part to that. Shakur won't fight Raymond because Top Rank ain't put that fight together, bro. You gotta catch up, man. Where you been at? You ain't see that video with Shakur bet Robert Garcia 100K he'd beat Raymond? Yep. You ain't see that video? And then what I did get out of it, let me be fair, they came to an understanding that fight wasn't on the table for them. He'll definitely beat Raymond Morataya. I'm sorry.
Where's the duck though? And then easy work. Let me ask you this question.
Talk to him.
Shakur Stevenson, he had his last fight on that deal with Top Rank. Why the hell do you think they didn't put Raymond Morataya in there with him on the way out? Why do you think they gave him a guy like Artem Haratunian? Realistically. Because if Top Rank, if they felt that confident in Raymond Morataya, you got a guy who's leaving your company. Why not alleviate him of his strap on the way out and keep that WBC belt? And then now you have Raymond Morataya in position at the IBF.
My guy, Reef, what's good, bro?
So why the hell wouldn't they do that? That right there tells you what they think about Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have made that fight on the way out. Excuse me, sir. We need that on the way out.
Absolutely would have made that fight on the way out. You know how Bob is about them belts.
You think they wanted him to sell? You believe that? You think they wanted Shakur to sell? If they blocked off a portion of the Prudential Center where he has historically sold well, but they only made a portion of the arena available, they didn't want that event to sell. Tim Bradley, who speaks very highly of Shakur Stevenson, now all of a sudden the night of the fight, he needs coffee to stay up.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden they showing people walking out at the end of the fight.
Yeah, that was wild.
Then the clips are circulating on social media like it was the beginning of the fight, bro. It was like a half a round left. Of course, people were leaving.
People to stand up there at the top, bro. I was like, bro, that shit ain't gonna read like that tomorrow. I looked at my girl, I said, that's gonna be the story right there. People walked out, and I was like, see, told her when she was seeing, I was like,
bro, they did that shit with like 15 seconds left in the 11th round, and the fight was far out of reach.
Yeah.
We already knew what it was. It was about to be Shakur by UD, a wide ass UD at that.
Yep.
So, but this is what I'm saying. They didn't. If they really wanted to make that fight, not just Raymond Morataya, but Top Rank, then why not take that chance on the way out? Because Top Rank, they still got to promote their guy, and the same thing with Robert Garcia. He still want his guy to be successful.
Facts, Mike Kirkland. You know it. So it was a great.
Had blood, yeah. They had Bud blinking, making like he was sleeping and shit.
And that's the thing, though. He don't pick his fights. Easy work boxing, not like what you would think. You get what I'm saying? He's not picking his fights. Just pay attention to the career, bro. He been having to like, harass people for fights and shit like that. It's crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: the Valdez fight, more so than anything, told me all about Bob Arum and his relationship with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is not somebody that's content with just one belt. Bob loves his people to have his belts. If he definitely didn't want to consolidate the belts, why would you think he want one of those belts to leave? If he felt like Shakur was sauce and he's just somebody that's a belt holder, really, he would have made that fight with Morataya to get that belt off of him.
Mm-hmm.
He know damn well he ain't putting no Morataya up in the ring with no Shakur because it now stunts his growth to go out there and try to get a secure belt.
He said he worries too much about defense, man, trying his best not to get hit, but I need the old Shakur.
Bob did not want that man to fight Zepeda.
Zepeda fight, right, bro? Like, what Shakur you asking for? Because
not Zepeda.
Last fight. What we talking about? And you can't get no plus 20 plus minus ratio without hitting a guy and making sure he can't hit you back. That's why I say you really got to point to the numbers with him. People will talk about a couple of instances and they won't really talk about what's really happening in there. Nah, when you special at defense like that, you're going to be smart, bro. The less you get hit, the longer you last, fam. He know it. He gets that very early. You get what I'm saying? Like, that excitement shit is cool, but a lot of these guys take punishment. It's an either or. He's good enough where that doesn't have to be his fate. He can really, take no pun. Like, think about it. Through 24 fights, I ain't gonna say he ain't take, but he ain't in there getting punished, ragdolled, and but look, in his last fight, he took hits. He was like, bro, I got hit too much. I don't like that type of shit. You get what I'm saying? Because you smart. You gotta think about life after boxing. And when you're gifted in that way defensively, you embrace that shit. That's why he looked at as one of the best defensive fighters in boxing. That shit is that's not easy, bro. Think about the average fighter and how they can't do what he do in terms of making sure a guy can't get off on you. Like, I done heard it from so many times, like the guys that box well, you shut that shit down. The pressure fighters, you shut that shit down. The guys that's multiple weight classes bigger than him. Shut that shit down. That's a different dude, bro. His understanding of the game is I think world class. I think that's why he's as good as he is. I think he's just really smart at the game of boxing, and he love what he doing. I think long as you love it, you can be great at it, right? Shout out to Crush the Legend, my dog. Like my bro was telling me about the story about the cousins and stuff. Zay, cousin Manny,
Zay
Manny
Quinn.
on here. I think they won the Golden Gloves and shit like that. And they celebrate. Say he made all the dudes go to the gym and spar, all of them. Said they all look trash. Like, nah, y'all all gotta go to the gym. Y'all all the mind you dudes want Golden Gloves, bro. Like, nah, y'all look like trash. And everybody gotta spar me. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. That's the kind of fighter he is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got a lot of those in boxing like that. I'm trying to tell you. When Tim Bradley was explaining how Bud Crawford was doing the sparring with no trainer and by himself, I was saying it behind the hands because we done had personal conversation. I'm like, yo, who that sound like? He was like, Shakur, I don't witness it. People don't do that. Like I asked him, when you see two people spar, who do you really normally see in the corner? You see a trainer and shit, because that's right on par. That's normal. I mean, you out there training and sparring guys without no coach and on your day off, and guys that's multiple weight classes bigger than you, man, that's just say a lot about your character. It's not the end all be all. It don't mean you're gonna be some great, but it say you do shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? And Boots could never be trash. Golden State was good with it. Boots is just a victim of his own talent too. Let's let the record reflect that they was avoiding that dude for a long time. And go watch the interviews with Bozy Ennis. He had double-digit guys turning him down at points. You get what I'm saying? It was crazy for him. So I don't know, man. Boots is a guy that, when given the opportunity, I think he'll shine. I think Shakur's cut from that cloth, the Bud Crawfords, right? Those really special fighters, when you give them an opportunity, they're gonna shine, bro. They don't know nothing else. And Boots gonna prove a lot of people wrong, I think, by beating ass at 54. If I'm wrong about Boots, I'll be right here. Y'all can talk all the shit y'all want. But I really, really think when he get the opportunity, he's going to beat somebody's ass. Appreciate you, Jordan. Yeah, it's in the community post. Easy.
I put it in the chat though. You don't want me to put it in the chat?
What, the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's fine. Go ahead. It's either or. But I just say that because if they go to the community post, you could just click it and then go right to it. I don't know if he can click it like that from here. But matter of fact, is the chat normal, right?
Yeah, the chat is normal. I can put it in there.
Yeah, the chat ain't. Yeah, it ain't looking like the vertical joint. Good. All right, now maybe I figured something out because people like this look, right? They like where you can see everybody comments. I've been seeing people saying I like the other format. Well, I like this one. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. We're gonna rock out.
Blunt said it's not normal. So that's not nothing you can click on.
I don't know why it look like that on mine. It looked
normal on mine.
Word, mine too. Mike said I'm vertical. I appreciate you, Mike. Yeah, double tap that screen for you, boy. Blunt, my homie, what's good? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, man, them dudes special talents, man. I'm telling you. And the thing is, to complement those talents, you need people that can push them or challenge them in ways. That's what Boots need. So you got those Virgils, man. Like that's a fight I want to see the most for him. I ain't gonna lie, right off the top, 54. I swear I want to see him get that fight back. Yeah, Ron, go to my community post. Go to the community post on the page, and you'll see it right there. First post, you'll click the link. You're gonna be here for a few more minutes, man. You could keep cooking for a minute, but yeah, Frank Martin and Barthelemy is a good fight, I believe, bro. I like it.
It is, man, because Barthelemy been twice where Frank is trying to go. This dude is a two-time champion. Rances Barthelemy, former two-time champion. He's 30-3. Like you said, it ain't like he got a bunch of L's. And then if you look at the guys that he's lost to, former champions. Well, shit, current champion right now. Gary Antoine. He lost to Ramirez. And even that fight, I don't feel like the fight was as one-sided as the cards may suggest. Because there was several moments in that fight where he had Ramirez in trouble. My personal theory is that some of that carried over to the fight with Devin Haney because he tried to press Barthelemy in a similar fashion. Barthelemy was on the back foot, and every time he closed the gap on him, he was hitting him with some hot shit. So I think that he had a little bit of PTSD from that fight. So then fast forward to the Devin fight, he's closing the gap, but then now he's not letting his hands go. But Barthelemy a damn good fighter. Yeah, he's 39, but we got to look at it for both guys. They both coming off a layoff. Shit, one guy got knocked out. The other one lost the decision.
True.
So for realistically, for Barthelemy, it's like, who are you gonna just throw him in there with? If he wants to fight himself back into contention, he's gonna have to fight himself back into contention.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Easy Work Boxing. Click the community post, bro. It'll take you right here. I'm looking right at it. You could just click the community post.
So both guys are looking to get themselves reestablished. I don't think it's a layup for either dude, because who the hell knows what Frank Martin looks like after that last fight? It still remains to be seen.
You got questions to answer, and the only way you're gonna answer them is by getting in that ring and showing us.
This is one of them trap fights, man. It's one of them trap fights. It's one of them Gabe Rosado, Beck the Bully type fights where like Rances is good enough of a counterpuncher. He's sharp enough from an IQ standpoint to where it can potentially get dicey. Now, I would assume that Frank is going to handle business, but it ain't a sure thing. Anything could happen.
Yeah. He said it should be a mechanic tune-up. Locked and loaded.
I don't know, locked and loaded.
I don't know, man. Frank got sent to the sunken place a fight ago and lay off. You in there with an experienced guy, bro. Too rich. What it do? Said Lima looks like an action figure, don't he? Booze better be on point. And I do look like a buffed up Steel Clayton 2.0. Shower.
Two rough weight cuts for Frank Martin. The last one, like you said, the man got sent to the abyss. He's working with a new trainer in Buddy McGirt. So we got to see how they gel. This shit is not a layup. You know what I'm saying? Like on paper, it should be, right? But it's not a layup. And then once again, Rances Barthelemy is still a pretty savvy veteran guy. He only got 3 L's. And he's only been stopped once. And we already talked about that stoppage. That one was a little premature. So we haven't seen Rances in a fight where he got just completely demolished. He just got his ass beat. Like, nah. This ain't it's not an absolute layup.
Right.
We gotta wait and see. So I'm hoping Frank comes back strong. I hope he comes back better because I do think he's a quality fighter. I think he's a damn good fighter, like you said.
Right.
Against Tank, he didn't fight scary at all. The issue with his performance was exactly what you said. Establishing a pattern and adhering to it too strictly. When he was doing that shit, going from corner to corner, he wasn't doing that because he was afraid of Tank's power. He was trying to run him into a shot. Because if you notice, every time he took him from corner to corner, he would wait for Tank to commit, and then he would try to drill him with a left hand.
Right. And he said, I was trying to see something. Like, what the hell?
He was trying to see something. I see what it. But here's the thing, though. There are some examples of that particular strategy being successful. It didn't grant him the ultimate success because he wasn't able to score a knockdown or a knockout.
Right.
But it was pretty damn successful because he managed to pull it off several times. However, Tank is a guy where you can't show him the same look several times because eventually he will catch on to it. There was a moment where Frank went to set the trap. He tried to walk Tank into the corner. I think it might have been the neutral corner. And Tank allowed him to set his feet to throw the counterpunch. He did a little step right outside of the counter and countered the counter. I was like, that shit is fucking brilliant. Like, this dude is actually paying attention to what this dude is doing to him. He's walking him from corner to corner and lining him for a left hand. And another thing that I liked from Frank early on was how he was taking advantage of the high guard. He was posting, but then it got to a point where he was posting way too much. And he was operating his offense off the post. And then Tank started going over the post, swimming underneath, going to the body, catching him with shots on the way out, like T. Hill was saying, catching him to the body. Start to take his legs. I mean, it happened. But it wasn't a bad fight. It wasn't a scary fight. Shit, he just got gassed. And he was in there with a guy who was able to come up with answers, a guy who was troubleshooting. Everything he presented, Tank eventually found an answer to it. He was working the offense off the post. He started finding the ways, coming over the top, going underneath. He was doing his thing with the footwork. He started finding a route to the body, chipping away at him slowly but surely. He started finding answers for the straight left hand, countering to the body. It was just one guy who did this, and it's like, oh, okay. It was like watching Connect Four or something like that. Like, you move here, then I move there. You move there, then I block this. You do that, then I'm a block here.
Right.
And the nigga ran out of chips. He ran out of chips before Tank did.
Definitely did. Something I seen that I wanted to kind of bring to your attention, bro, because we talk about this stuff a lot, and this is why I like to try to keep stuff boxing, right, and focus on the boxing. And you see this shit with Tank, and you see the super troll Ray Jackson. Yeah, everybody know him. But you see the comment up there talking about Devin Haney and 350K. And that shit ain't got nothing to do with boxing. But you see what Tank say, stay out of the fighter's personal life. Enjoy boxing, bro. Get what I'm saying? I think that y'all we need to do that. Like, I've seen that story floating around with Devin Haney, but it's so far removed from boxing. Like, I don't even know how I can make boxing out of that I have to ignore it. I don't care about his girlfriend problems, bro. He rich. He'll figure that shit out. He young, bro. Like, they'll figure it out, bro. It probably won't be the last time he has some women trouble, right? So, but we get caught up in these guys' money and start talking about all the wrong stuff. And I level with Tank right here. Just enjoy boxing, bro. You see him going at Ray Davis, or Ray Jackson, like, man, all right, bet. When you fight Shakur, you say he picked money up November 14th. You know what I'm saying? He just let them know, like, bro, pull up. We could discuss it then. And he said he's going to be at the fight. Tank said, man, you want a cookie? I mean, Tank be snapping. But Devin Haney has something to say about this situation as well, because you see, he said this was what happens because you guys don't be minding y'all business. And then y'all run into the fighter somewhere and probably tuck tail. But I'm just here. I just wanted to speak on it briefly. Like, I just think they personal lives are not really, that's not fair game like people think it is. I guess, listen, if that's what you want, that's what you want. I'll say that. But for me, nah, I'd rather not talk about his BM or his girl problems or his purses and money back. I don't care about none of that. Devin is getting in the ring with Brian Norman Jr., bro. That shit is phenomenal. You get me? That shit should override any of this garbage and nonsense right here. So I just wanted to say that, man. Shout out to Devin, man, and shout out to Tank. They's literally on the same page. Yo, stay out of these. Because look, Devin was mentioned, and he like, yo, stay out of people's personal lives. So, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that shit weak. So, got to do better with that. Got to do better with that, G. You know what I'm saying? Stay out these guys' personal life. I just want to talk about that. Devin and Tank kind of checking these fans. These fighters getting tired of y'all, man. They human, man. They getting tired of y'all asses, man. And something else briefly, man. Something I seen, bro. I'm gonna say that. Dude said Devin could beat Canelo. Is diabolical. It's fucking crazy. I gotta save that one too. I got a good conversation right there. Hell, I got so much stuff in here. I gotta delete some. What is this? Yeah, they saying he should fight Johnny back. But fight Johnny back. I know they'd love to see him do it, but we don't know what Bug gonna do. But oh yeah, Jake and Tank is supposedly be in Miami, y'all. So it is what it is. Shit. I just want to see them do whatever it is they want to do. If that's what they want to do it. I'm cool. Miami, this is like some Grand Theft Auto shit. I don't know why they made them the same size too. This is weird, but
I was thinking about that, but if Tank was 6'1", he'd be a problem.
Hell yeah. That should be a cheat code. That should be a real live cheat code. And real quick, I ain't saying that the fight is happening, but somebody pulled this up on FanDuel, and they already got Core is a minus 350 already. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds about right.
You get me? Bad Nas already know what's up. Man ain't even been in that weight class. They like, yeah, we ain't about to play around with this shit. Core about to go out here. That don't mean nothing though, but I just hope this fight happens. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what comes from it. I truly do hope it happens though, it comes to fruition, because we deserve to see it. And real quick, the last couple clips I wanted to show y'all what they was talking about with Chris Eubank as far as you know, not adhering to this rehydration that they was talking about in this rematch.
We aren't happy with the rehydration clause. Chris isn't committed to that rehydration clause again, as of yet.
Okay.
And the initial time it was put in front of us, it was an ultimatum. It was the fight's not happening unless this. So Chris is in a difficult position then. Everything's been agreed. Everything. You're talking, we've gone through the contract, we've done every single clause. We get to the last moment. I think it was, if I remember, maybe just before the press conference or something, and then it was landed on us, an ultimatum like that. In the end, Chris is a money man and he accepted the challenge. Is it healthy? Is it right? Is it absolutely, should it be banned from boxing? Absolutely. Did Terence Crawford need a rehydration clause against Canelo? No, he didn't. And so I don't think it should not be used in this fight. Absolutely not. And people could say, oh, well, he missed the 160. He missed the 160 because of what was going on. And it was nothing to do with the weight, right? He missed it by half an ounce because of the timings and everything and the commotion that was going on in that weigh-in. And then he was given like 4 minutes to weigh in. It was one of the most ridiculous scenes I've had in boxing. The rehydration clause is what is a problem. And that is what should be not happening in this fight.
And Ben, so people understand.
So y'all see right there, man, he ain't really beat for no rehydration clause again this time around. He shouldn't be. That shit was wild the last time he did it. It's just shit too dangerous, man. Chris Eubank was on record too many times saying he don't care about the weight, none of that. Just he'll fight him, blah blah blah, and then y'all slip the ultimatum on him. And because the money was so good, because according to Eubank, he said he ain't even got boxing more after that chat. So, you know, I think that was kind of whack. He went out there, he fought, really good fight by both of y'all, but I think he just deserved to be a healthier version of himself this time. And if you could beat him, beat him. You know what I'm saying? If not, then it's all right. At least you tried. You know what I'm saying? But I think it'll be a cool fight worth watching. Easy Work Boxing was good, fam.
What's up? How y'all doing, man? You can hear me?
Bro. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, just came across your channel, man. I just wanted to, you know, I'll let y'all.
That's love. You always welcome up to build, bro. Over here, we just, you know, we just build on boxing, talk our little bit of and get up out the way. Talk to me though? What's on your mind?
Oh, that was just, what's the title of the video? I mean, what y'all going into? I seen y'all was talking about Frank Martin and what's the Barthelemy fight coming up.
Yeah.
You know,
what you think about it?
I think it's a good approach for them to bring Frank Martin back, after especially, you know, what happened with him with Tank. You know, not sending them in
added to Ron. You got to click the joint. Y'all always welcome up, bro. We could keep. I think up to 10 people could be on the panel at a time. I always, when I go vertical like this, I always post it in a community post. Like, you know, just hit home video. You know, scroll over, you'll see posts. It's gonna always be right there, where you could just click it and come up. Yeah, especially if you don't want to type and you got a minute. Yeah, you definitely could come up and chop it up. But nah, finish. Talk to me. Easy Work.
Oh, I was saying that it was a good pick for them to choose a Barthelemy. He a good fighter. You know, he probably might not be that known like that, but in boxing, he ain't no easy fight. You know, he gonna I think it's really more to see what Frank at, you know, going against Barthelemy.
Fact. Doc, what's good with it, Doc? Yeah, the sneaky shit. Yeah. I mean, because you agree to it, but yeah, I just hated that he had all those videos saying how he didn't care and then gonna do it anyway. But yeah, you exactly right, bro. They definitely testing the you know, see where Frank at, new weight class, you know, the layoff, the loss, see where his confidence and everything at, making sure everything's still in working order.
Yeah, can I say this too about, you know, when I was speaking on Shakur?
Talk to me.
You know, now I'm not, you know, I like Shakur Stevenson. I think he's a great fighter. You know, he is the future of boxing, in my opinion. You know, a lot of people, you know, who really don't watch boxing, they look at it because, you know, they say he ain't exciting and this, that, and other. They don't see, you know, the pure skill. You know, they say the same thing about Floyd and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know what he's capable of. I know Shakur Stevenson, he a dog in the ring. But when I was talking about Andy Cruz, you know, one thing I hate about boxing is ducking. Or if I feel like you trying to make a move to duck people. Now, of course, when it comes to the situation of Teofimo Lopez, yes, it's going up another weight class. That's defeating you can talk about the money and the title.
To my homie Doc.
But I'm just saying, it's funny that now when Andy Cruz become your number one mandatory, in which Raymond Mortala, and because he up for Raymond belt too, if I ain't mistaken, and Floyd Schofield and Andy right up on the tank. So it's funny to me that Shakur Stevenson, all of a sudden, you could have fought like y'all said. I understand about the Raymond Mortala situation. I'm gonna get into that next, but it looked like to me you trying to duck. Now people gonna say why he got to duck Andy Cruz, but a lot of people don't know nothing about Andy Cruz. A lot of people don't know how skillful Andy Cruz is. So to me, it looks like a duck when Shakur handle your business at 135, be undisputed at 135, be all comers there. It seems like he's trying to jump up to the T.O. fight. And of course, people gonna say, well, he fighting T.O., so you can't say it's a duck. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. Because why don't you fight Andy Cruz?
Now, again, like I get what you're saying. Because it seemed like
and like I was saying,
it seemed like, damn, now you're talking about fighting Tio. Why not Andy Cruz?
You see what I'm saying?
Like I said, he pursuing the IBF.
Yeah, and they all. I'm sorry to cut you off. My bad.
No, you good. Go ahead, bro. Talk to me.
And it seems like that's what's becoming a new thing in boxing now. When the threats come, Devin Haney did it to him. Richard Hitchens, he doing it at 140 now. Why is you calling out Devin Haney? Why you don't go after Antoine Gary Russell out there saying he used to beat you up in the amateur? Go fight him.
Right.
Go fight T.O.
Right. So the thing
go fight Marquez now.
No, I get you. The thing is, just seems and Andy Cruz, like I said, he just pursuing a different, you know, he going a different lane. So, you know, that fight ain't even something that's being discussed like behind the scenes, no matter where you feel like he at, right? Because he got a better chance of fighting Raymond than Shakur. So Cord, he's been, you know, we followed his career. It's been difficult for him to get the fights that he wants. So now that he see the opportunity for T.O., he like, hell yeah, because you know he respect T.O. enough that he know he accomplished. He respected, right? He got some good names on the resume. But think of it as a duck, bro. Just look at it as that fight not happening next. So what does Shakur do? You go make the best opportunity. He's still gonna be the WBC champion down there. So if Andy Cruz mess around and get that Raymond Mortala fight, now that's a unification, bro. You get what I'm saying? He ain't it's just not a fight that they trying to put together. And then think about it. Where's Andy Cruz signed to? You know what I'm saying? And where's Shakur working with? You know what I'm saying? That's an easy 1, 2, 3. You get what I'm saying? Like, they gotta pay attention to the promoter. Like, if they ain't talking about that fight, more than likely they ain't trying to put that together because it'll be premature. Like, I don't think Hearn will be comfortable making that fight right now with them.
To be honest, nobody's screwing. No, to be honest, I understand that, like you just said, you know what I'm saying? T.O. well-known name, bigger, higher weight class, is more profitable for the, the promoters and the fighter. So I can understand what you're saying, but the Andy Cruz, and ain't nobody screaming for Andy Cruz and Shakur Stevenson right now.
He ain't no threat to Shakur.
Shout out to Ron. Yeah, and you right. That's the thing. And like, it's something that's early. I know what you're saying. You like, man, he's mighty close. Now you talk about T.O. But nah, Core just looking for the best opportunity for itself. And it wouldn't be Andy Cruz. Like, right? Like, what would you fight? The Andy Cruz that's not a titleist, or Teofimo that's a titleist, and it allow you to be a 4-division champion. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A guy that got a Lomachenko win, a Josh Taylor win, right? Unified down there at 35. Where you at? And got belts at 40. So it's just more to gain from beating T.O. And the Andy Cruz situation to be like, if he fought him right now, it'd just be bad business. It'd be stupid because it don't offer you nothing when there's bigger opportunities for you. But he go get a fight with Raymond, and say hypothetically he beats Raymond. Now you at 35 with that WBC strap. You got the IBF. Now you talking about a unification. Now Andy Cruz fight with Dylan. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. We want to see fights, but I notice when you in certain positions and certain points in your career, you're not going to look to make certain fights. Like sometimes you will. Like, look, he was about to do it with Kid Austin. He didn't work for that fight. But people was like, man, this would be a good fight, man. He'll test you. He like, all right, I'll give him a shot. And then look what happened. So it's like, he's showing the willingness to make fights even if you ain't quite deserved it. So he respect Andy. He said his IQ up there. He know Andy good. Cord know what's up. He
You mentioned something that was super important too, Just. Both of them dudes are signed over to Matchroom. Is that a fight that Matchroom wants to make right now? If you can make it potentially bigger.
All right.
No.
And that's probably also the other reason why Andy Cruz decided to go to, I don't even gonna say he decided. They set him on the IBF path. Because let's say if he were to go over there and fight Raymond Morataya, if he were to be successful, then you bring the title back home to Matchroom. Now you have a unification. And if you're Shakur Stevenson, for all the things you just mentioned with Teofimo, him being established as a champion in another division, he's also a name who just fought over there on what was that, the Fatal Fury card? Shakur Stevenson just fought over here in New York on another Ring Magazine card. So then now you have an investor that's willing to put even more money on that fight.
I'll tell him, Mike, facts, bro. Right.
That's gonna be a good fight, though.
Is Shakur versus Andy Cruz a fight that you see Turkey saying, man, I want to pay for that?
No. Hell no.
So it's like, that's something we be having to consider too. I was having a conversation on my guy channel, but we were talking about a different fight, the same one that come up all the time, Shakur and Tank. I'm like, bro, we don't even be knowing if these guys are vested in making the fights behind the scenes. And with that one in particular, we kind of know because they had preliminary conversations. So it's like, that's not going to get no fight. And a lot of times we be up here, we see who's in what ranking and what sanctioning body position where, and we like, look, that's a fight. Why won't they make it? But it got to make sense. It'd be better options. Like, it would make more sense for Eddie to try to get, his guy Andy Cruz the belt off Bob Arum fighter and Raymond Morataya. And then possibly if he talking that Shakur shit, okay, now we make it. And it's a win-win because those my fighters are guys I work with. So, Core win either way. So it's like, it works out. So Andy,
who y'all think win between Tank or Shakur?
Shakur.
I got Shakur all day.
Shakur.
Man, I got Shakur. Hey, at McQueen, I got a really interesting conversation. I try to stay away from it, but I just seen something. I'm a sucker for a good convo. And somebody said it. We was talking, and it came up that Shakur and Tank gonna look like Bud and Canelo. I know that sounds crazy.
Yup.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's a little post made from Tank where he said something that made me think. And he just had just a conversation just to have fun with when people ain't sensitive, right? I like both of them dudes. If it's anybody that can beat Shakur's Tank, to me. But if I'm being honest, I had to pick. I think Shakur's the smartest fighter at 135 and one of the smartest fighters in boxing. And I lose.
Hey, how do Tank win most of his fights?
Getting in the inside and knocking you out. You can't do that to Shakur.
Sleeping.
Shakur too seasoned for that. You're not gonna come in on Shakur. That ain't no Frank Martin.
Nah.
Frank Martin was winning. Shoot.
That exactly. As
That
with
fight.
a fighter who been boxing since he was 17 was getting the best of Tank.
That fight right there that's going to take careful planning to me, because I feel like the winner could mess up whatever the other guy got going.
Hey,
right?
That why I
You know what I'm
said
saying? All Core do is win. All Tank do is win. Draw or not, bro. All that dude do is win, right? So losing to Shakur, you're like, damn, that is sting. Losing to Tank, you get slept damn 9 times out of 10, right? You like, damn, shit messed up. So I think they're gonna take the time. Listen, I got some hope that it's possible, but like I said, my biggest concern is the Jake Paul fight. How much weight is he gonna be there? And then that'll give me a gauge whether I think he'll even entertain anything else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think Tank tired of shit, bro. I really be trying to hear him, listen to him, and understand him. And I think he be tired of shit, and it's deeper than being scared to get punched by one of your contenders.
yeah, so you brought it right up what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. You said they're scared. Okay, so that's why I call it scared. That's why I said too in the chat. I'm like, okay, if the man is opening his mouth, popping his gums, talking all the mess in the world about fighters he haven't fought or even trying to fight, what do you expect somebody to say about the nigga?
Right.
The Tank just, to me, man, a hell of a talent, man. I'm talking about the boy IQ, his speed, his reflex. He bad, man, but he will not challenge himself,
His
man.
mental not. That's why I call him scared. That's why I say he's the same as Boots. I feel like Boots will mollywop everybody if his mental was there. But the fact
I think it's a little different.
your
Boots,
mental not there, man.
yeah, Boots don't have the he not in the driver's seat, at least the way it would appear that
Man,
Tank
he
is, right? But I think you just with Boots, I would say this: don't change your mind. I'm not trying to change your mind. Just give you something to consider. Probably right. Remember, if it happened, remember Jusdu said it.
I got
it's a matter of time with Boots, bro. I like look at it. He had a shitty situation at 47 where the two best guys, when they fought each other, they was out of here. So he never really was gonna get a chance to fight neither one of them. But cool, because we had Virgil. Oh shit, we don't got Virgil. Rabdo happened, and he had to get out the division. Now Boots is left with what? He done put in all these fights. Now what? You can't get neither the champions or Virgil. So you kind of stuck down there, and I respect him because he stayed true to himself as long as he could. Like, bro, I'm gonna make this weight. We gonna get these belts. Got his unification in, and then he was like, "Yo, I'm out." So right now, all I'm saying to you, like, let him get that Lima fight, and I think after that, I think
why didn't he fight Brian?
Tank and Boots are following the same method.
Exactly.
The same Tank. Look at it like this, bro. Boots is what 32-0, and it's funny that and we gotta talk about Terence Crawford. It's funny that people go into resumes. Boots is 32-0, and you can't name nothing but 2-3 fighters out of 30 fights. And people talk about Boots like he this dog. Boots ain't did nothing.
Yeah, but think about it. Some of the best fighters in the world talk about Boots that same way, and they respect the talent because they know what they see. But like Eddie Hearn said, I don't know when you came in. I had played a video from Eddie. He was like, Boots is the new Crawford, but we need these fights. We need these fights to solidify it, right? So that's what you need with Boots. That's what's missing, those opponents. But look, dig this. If Boots was really not trying to challenge himself, he could have stayed at 47 where it's not the deepest division at, right? And look, listen, most people had him winning out the division. Most people, right? You know what I mean? Most people did. But think about it. He went to 54 where it's loaded with talent. That's gonna
and look who he fighting
And fight who? And fighting
look who he fighting.
Yeah, but listen.
He ain't choose Bakram.
But look, first fight, let him get that. We heard about the list. We heard about the Boachuk saying no, taking the Brandon Adams fight. Brian Mendoza saying the money wasn't good, so on and so forth. We heard about all this. They didn't just pick Lima first, right? They went down the line like normal.
Why didn't they pick Bakram?
It's an acclimation fight. It's the first fight there.
Why didn't they pick Bakram?
Think about how Virgil got like two you know what I'm saying? Acclimation fights. Really, they was testing his health, but same distance, same difference, right? But Boots is gonna get that one fight. After that, to me, y'all, I feel like it's up. I'm not tripping on one fight. He gonna go make a statement, get people buzzing about him at 50. And then I think the move would be to go get one of those name guys, one of those closer to
50
He
type
got a
fight.
pattern though.
You
Yo,
can't you can't make a
pattern.
statement against a fighter with no name though. That dude he finna fight.
Nah, yeah, you could. Cause think about it. People just
And
like
great
knockouts.
fast, and if you win
Ain't been
great, though,
doing it
then
his whole
yeah.
career, and you let people tell it, right? It's not. It's the performances. Think about it. Crawford, they did the same thing. No resume. Resume is just not the end all be all. They don't win fights, but Boots is in a division where he has the talent where he can prove it. I just think we got to be a bit more patient.
Why did he fight Norman? Why? Answer that.
I think he should have fought him too, bro.
Okay.
But when people talk about Bud, about Bud and his resume, which when it started with that Errol Spence stuff, I already knew that half of the people or whatever channels was out there, they was either biased or a lot of these fans is casuals and Terence was fighting fights that he was getting on short notice that they didn't think he would even win, and these were credible names back at that time.
You do your homework, and I respect it. I like that because most people can't articulate that like that. They'll just say he ain't fought nobody, but you see how they was trying to set him up to lose at certain points. They was thinking he was gonna lose certain fights, and this shit didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? But Boots, I'm telling you, with Boots right now, bro, is think about the 47 run and how that shit just fell to shit. Some shit that's out of his control. Think about it. And then when Virgil was there before the rap, though, they needed 48 months. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, that last one, that Brian
literally
Norman was in his control.
Yeah, I gotta say this about Boots and his team. That to me, they come across respect to them. They black men get money. I love that, but they bullshitters.
They bullshit.
I'm finna tell you how. 1 minute, I'm gonna stay at 147. We won all the titles at 147. But every time you go fight Karen, and you don't look good, it's a weight issue. Then when it's time to fight Brian Norman, we can't make the weight like that no more. It's time to go. Come on, man.
30 to 40%.
Come on,
30
man.
to 40%.
I get it, bro. But just again, you got to consider this. It's gonna look horribly bad for him to go from the division where you was at, where you had made some ground at, right, to go to a deeper division and not fight nobody. All I'm telling y'all, I get it. Y'all ain't feeling that Lima shit. Y'all like, come on, Boots. I get it, bro. But they only being smart, bro. They gonna let them get a little dip your toe in the water fight, and I think it's up from there.
It ain't even a Lima shit.
At 54, it's gonna look really bad if you're not trying to fight people. They don't got a whole crop of Limas, right? That's one guy. The rest, we got some killers up there at 54. We got some real dogs. So,
like my boy.
Y'all come back and talk some shit to me, man. But I think Boots gonna prove people wrong. I just think it's a matter of time.
Lima's lone loss is to Aaron McKenna, who's a solid dude. Yeah, Aaron McKenna ain't no scrub.
Oh my!
So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna just wait and see. But I'll say this as far as Bakram is concerned. Remember, Bakram was slated to fight Erickson Lubin.
No, I want nothing set in stone.
I don't want.
No. I'm not saying it was set in stone, but at the last minute, they canceled the purse bid. Yeah, them dudes were supposed to fight. The IBF canceled the purse bid.
In any interview, did Boots and his team mention Bakram in any interview?
What they mentioned and what happens behind the scenes are two different things. Virgil Ortiz and his team weren't mentioning Erickson Lubin in every interview, but they fighting him now.
Yeah. Dude,
who fight Boots? Who's finna fight Virgil Ortiz?
Come on, Erickson Lubin.
Erickson Lubin finna fight Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah, hell yeah. You ain't know that?
Bakram Murtazaliev was publicly, he was supposed to be fighting Erickson Lubin. The IBF canceled the purse bid at the last minute.
Yes.
And then in comes Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, and he was like, Bakram was on Twitter like, hey, brother, nobody wanted to pay for our fight. Like, he talking about it. Like, there's people that will fight that. I don't know he's dangerous, but trust me, man. I'll say this, just give Boots a little bit more time. And y'all gonna see what I'm saying. You're gonna be like, all right.
Virgil,
I agree. That's why I said his mental, to me, it seemed like it don't be there. That's why I said I think I got him winning at 47 when he was at 47, even against Brian Norman.
Virgil
Norman when it was fine, a knockout.
The
but what are we gauging his mental on though?
Yeah, he don't make all his decisions. So you thinking in terms of how he moving career wise, right? He not making all them decisions by himself.
Why not though? How you not making your decisions? You the boss. You hired Eddie.
But you know how that go, man. And that shit got to work on the other side too. Like for instance, They made offers before the other guys. You see, they negotiated with Brian Norman and them. It's not like they avoided negotiating with him. It
But I'm
just
saying,
depends on how you
why
look at that
re-sign with a
situation.
joker that's lowballing everybody?
Yeah,
Why do
but
that?
see, it depends on. It's tough to cry lowball if the money that you're offering is more money than what these guys been getting paid. It's tough, right? And then look, you snooze, you lose. Because look, Rashidi Ellis fucked up a payday. He went and said a $250,000 wasn't enough, and then came back and tried to say it was too late. Lima accepted it. Boom. First things first. So think about it. If you're a promoter,
what's the name won't get that fight? You know that.
you gonna do it.
This
You
what I
gonna
don't
get your
like
guy
about.
in there. You like, bro, you done got Lima for the low, bro. Now you can fill out the undercard.
They did get Lima for the
I
low.
don't like how fighters today. Well, you know, these men risk their life, but much. You know, I have to say that respect to them. But I don't like how they be using. You know, it was somebody just said it was on the top. I was trying to say it. Damn, what it was y'all just said.
Shout out to John. Boots don't get hit as much as you think, though. Go check the numbers, bro.
Boots need to drop his nuts.
Yo, I'm telling you one thing about Boots. When he want to make it his business, not for you not to hit him, he make it very hard for you to do so. But he's an offensive-minded guy, so whenever you in the fire, you're gonna get burnt a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Bernie said. We want to see the nigga be great. We want to see the nigga turn into Roy Jones Jr. 2.0. We want to see that shit.
He need the opponent.
This is what I was saying, y'all. I don't like when they, you know what I'm saying, when they go out there and they get a big fight, like y'all just talking about Brian Norman and Boots situation now, right? This is a unification fight. And this gonna bring you to another level and stardom. You know, you gotta go back to like how Floyd and them had to do it. Everybody get past the torch. You know, you're gonna have to go like Floyd had his gloves picked, everything against Oscar De La Hoya, but he had to endure that to become the superstar Floyd Mayweather. It's like fighters today don't want to do that. And I can understand you out there, you risking your life, you got a title too, you feel like, you know, you've been fighting for a while, but you got to understand you ain't really made it to that point yet. To where you could be offering, I mean, you could be suggesting I should get paid this. No, just go in there, like they said that was Brian Norman highest payday. Take that little bit, you go out there. If you know, see, when they do this, it make me think like you really don't believe in yourself at some point if you don't
That's
take that.
what I be saying.
Because if it was me, if it was me and I was offered, I'm finna get paid more than I ever been paid in the ring. May not be what I want. May not be where I feel I should get, but I'm getting paid more than ever. Also, I got a chance to become unified and beat Boots. Oh, come on with it. Let's go. Let's go. Because that's going to bring me to the next level. I'm a unified champion. Y'all got to show up with some money now.
Yeah, it's what you saying is not crazy, right? Because that's the avenue that they could have chose. I guess ultimately the problem is they feel like they worth a certain amount, and no matter what anybody tell them, they like, bro, we got a belt too. You said we fight the baddest fighter in the world, the best fighter in the world. They want to be paid like it, and it's funny because what they were going for is not far off what everybody else was going for. Like, think about it. Boots had to take money out of his purse to make the Stanionis fight. It's like these dudes gonna want to get paid to fight him, and when you got Eddie Hearn out here talking about Boots is the new Crawford, that same Crawford who just made history Saturday. Like, you get me? People like, oh, really, Eddie? Like, you get me? So he's good at selling it, but people hear that shit. And when they like, yo, you fighting the best fighter in the world, they gonna want to get paid to fight the best fighter in the world. I really believe that's how they look at it. You want to keep selling that? All right, pay me. And I think that's been part of the issue. It's business related more so than anything. Because I done interviewed Brian Norman, bro. I gauge his energy. That man ain't scared of shit.
Ain't scared of shit.
Man, he ain't scared of shit, bro. And
I know he ain't scared. I think that was just bad business move by his father. I think that was bad business move by his father.
It's kind of tricky though, because easy work. I believe you made a fantastic point about Floyd and Oscar. Here's the thing: it doesn't necessarily apply in this situation because we got to take into consideration that Oscar was a megastar. So even if you're only getting a small percentage of what he was getting, it's still bigger than 100% or half of something. You know what I mean? Versus somebody else. Like Oscar was the fucking guy. Like he was.
You can still look at it in that aspect too, because Floyd didn't get what he damn well deserved fight. Floyd wasn't no pushover either. fighting De La Hoya, but because he was the A side, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they offer. See, Floyd knew if I want to be the face of boxing, I got to beat this nigga. So whatever he gonna come with, whatever he talking about, he want to pay me. I got to deal with that to be the king. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm in agreement with you. But what I'm saying in this case, neither one of those guys are at that level.
Yeah.
Like Oscar was the cash cow. He was the face of boxing. Like this dude's pay-per-views were selling astronomically.
Yeah.
Neither one of those guys are in that position. Boots is just now getting into position where he's selling out arenas. Prior to that, he was on undercards. And that's one thing I will give Eddie Hearn credit for, the fact that he's taking this dude and he's establishing a home base. Now he's building it up. And like you were just saying, Just, it's a very tricky situation.
Yeah.
Because if we're over here doing the work, we selling out 15,000 in the Wells Fargo. We selling over 10,000 at Boardwalk Hall. It's sold out from wall to wall. I was in there at the fight for Stan Jonas. It was people standing up in that bitch. Like it was packed to capacity.
Great point.
To the point where there were people standing up. There were people on the concourse, like over there where the concessions are. That's how packed it was in there. Every seat filled. And then you got this other guy, and it's like, just because you're a champion, I gotta pay you this. But then the other guy is looking like, well, shit, y'all got all this money y'all generating, so y'all should have the means to accommodate me.
Right.
So trying to meet somewhere in the middle is kind of tricky. And then to your point about Rashidi Ellis, I understand the whole hazard pay thing because it's like, yo, there's a chance I could lose, and where does that leave me? Like I'm already over here fighting in smoke-filled auditoriums and ballrooms and things of that sort, fighting on Team Combat League. And if I don't win this fight, where does that put me? But by the same token, if you're Eddie Hearn, you looking at it like, why the hell am I supposed to pay you
Legacy was good, homie.
upwards of $1 million? What asses are you putting in seats? Because that's ultimately what it comes down to. What tickets are you selling? My guy just did 15,000 at the Wells Fargo. They haven't had a major fight in the arena in Philadelphia since the fucking 80s at the Spectrum.
Right.
Asses gonna get put in the seats because they want to see Boots lose, just like they want to see Bud lose. Anybody that's great, they gonna want to see it lose, so the fight gonna sell.
Shit, not always. Teofimo Lopez was
Man, that's Teofimo. Not nobody.
I'm about to say to you, I'm saying it's not. All of these situations are not equal. All of these situations are not
I don't
equal.
disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Teofimo Lopez was one belt shy of undisputed, right? This dude is fighting in New York all the time. They not even putting him at the main room. They got him fighting in the damn Hulu Theater. That bitch hold like 4,000 people, which is nothing to sneeze at. But the main room is like 19,000. They just had Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor up in there though.
You
On the
use
all women's
Teofimo
card.
though. Like you couldn't have used a different person. You used Teofimo, really? Out of all people.
We could use Janabek. Janabek is unified right now at 160.
Look who you using, bro. Look who you come on, bro. I watch boxing. Don't use them people. Use somebody more.
What I'm saying to you is this: being a champion does not. It is not an automatic. It is not an automatic propel you to superstardom card. It's just not that. You were just talking about Bachram, right? Bachram is a champion at 150, 154.
You keep naming people that don't nobody know for real, fuck with.
He's a champion though.
I said I agree though. I already said I agree, but I'm saying you still naming people that ain't. It's like you could have used a better names than that.
A better name for what though?
Gonna be the king at 154? Who y'all think gonna be the king at 154? The new king, rather.
It should be what's the name, Boots. If it's mental right.
Who you think Boots will stand with Charlo?
Boots will pick Charlo apart. I feel like.
Honestly, I don't know.
Charlo's
first fight, Boots. If it's a rematch, Charlo. I don't know what it is about Charlo and rematches, but he just seemed to do better in rematches.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it is about that man about them rematches. Because that first Castaño fight was nip and tuck, rematch, knocked his ass out. First Harrison fight was nip and tuck, knocked him out in the rematch. I don't know.
You know one thing? We got to get on Jamel for though. When Jamel heard Crawford was coming to 154, that boy let them belts go like they was bad habits.
Yup.
That boy let them belts go like it was a bad habit.
And tried to use the cover up of Canelo. I ain't scared of Crawford. I'm fighting Canelo. Yeah, we seen you were scared of Canelo.
That boy, he literally ran. Let go every belt he had. every last belt he had, he let it go. When he 154, oh hell no. I'm releasing the titles. I'm finna go fight Canelo. Come on, man. That was a major dog move. That's like Danny Garcia. See, people be talking about Victor Poster. When Crawford mentioned Victor Poster, they were like, who? Victor Poster? See, that's how I know you don't watch boxing. Because Poster was a threat. Poster made Danny Garcia run from 140.
Right. The boxing.
Danny Garcia ran.
Easy. My guy, man. J Bean. I line on Charlo, a dog, man. The boxing crease said facts. That's a great point. Shout out to everybody, man. Double tap that screen, man. Look, I gotta head out. I appreciate y'all coming up to rock out. And look, man, we're gonna be here. We're gonna do this tomorrow. We're gonna make sure we drop the link so we could build, man. If y'all in the building, we're gonna talk about it for sure. We're gonna have us another good conversation for tomorrow for sure, man. I got something for us, man.
I appreciate y'all letting me on with y'all.
No, man. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Easy Work Boxing and my brother Ant McQueen, my guy.
Man, salute to you, Just Do. Easy work. Ron, it was a pleasure, gents. Appreciate y'all.
Always,
y'all.
Shout out to y'all, man. Look,
good.
don't be no strangers. Y'all click that link whenever y'all see it there, man. Whenever y'all in the building, feel free to come up and talk some boxing, bro.
All right, I subscribe too, so I'm
sure. Appreciate you too. You got a channel. I'm definitely gonna tap back in, so I'm gonna be locked in.
All right, have a good one, bro.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. So you got Strip taking a big payday. Yop, that's Yop. Yeah, Charlo probably not beating Bud. He ain't ducking him. Yeah. Nah, Charlo, he a dog. It just seems like that. A lot of times it be business. Like, what do you do? Sit there, wait for that dangerous ass Bud Crawford to come messing shit up, or you go look at Canelo and say, look, I'm gonna go get that bag. That's all it was. You know, I know what it looked like, but Charlo, one of them real ones. You know what I'm saying? Bud is I think, you know, generational talent. I think Charlo's a great fighter, but I think Bud is generational talent great. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to everybody. Much love, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this Good Friday. Another dope build in the books. We gonna keep building, man. Shout out to everybody that supported the grind. Shout out to my guys. Everybody in the chat rocked out to the end of the show. Easy Work Boxing. Appreciate you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace to the family.
Representing Brick City, Shakur.
Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass.
Right hand, Shakur meeting them with straight left hand.
Oh, there's a knockdown scored with the left hand.
Right now, we're gonna give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just